Welcome to Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage.
Who's thrilled for this three-man show? We got this. If you've seen High School Musical 3, the boys are back.
I was about to say, like, imagine just for we just don't say anything in the 30 seconds for the first time, like, ever. I feel like Crash is always spazzing.
Because he always starts, right?
Welcome, everyone. We are here for another Off the Binge podcast episode. I got the crew here with me, and we're going to be talking about the fall anime week 7 here. Thank you guys also for tuning in for the Hot or Flop episode we had previously for week 6, and we will be kind of throwing in a little, some tidbits here from week 6. Probably still mostly focused on week 7, obviously, but obviously our Hot or Flop thing is kind of like a special episode. So thank you guys for showing support for that and being there. It's always a fun time. Of course, you all seem to like those episodes and the tier lists we do and all that. So yeah, I also don't know why I was, actually I do know why, but I wanted to say me kind of in the driver's seat, the host for this episode, when I probably shouldn't be, because, I got in an accident not that long ago. It wasn't my fault. But, that was...
We're breaking the 4-4 here?
We're all good, though. We're all good, though. I'm fine. We're here. We're surviving. Like Crash said, y'all didn't see it, but the show must go on. So here we are. Who am I joined with today? I'm going to throw it over here to the legend himself, Legend D Vash, Tempest D Vash. Whatever he wants to go by nowadays.
Hey, I love that shout out, Tempest D Vash. Look at the man that gave me the new name, the new moniker that I only say very few times. But hey, I'm Tempest D Vash. Is your long title Isekai. The Timer Kindle Slime is one of the best Isekais out there, one of the best ones, top ones. If people want to argue if it is, that's up to you. Take in the comment section, because I'm not going to waste my breath or spend my breath to the argument, because trust me, there's a lot more. It's not the Rise of She-Hero. Unless you kind of season 1 by itself, then that's a maybe conversation, right, man? God, I know he could debate to us about that. I know. I'm also.
You don't need to hijack the podcast for 30 minutes talking about how bad Shield Hero is, do you?
But we also have ReZero coming out of season 1 stuff in December. I already posted. Thank you, YouTube copyright for some VODs out there, and some audio guys in sync. So I'm very happy about that. I was gonna hit up Grem, but I'm announcing out here that I'm gonna be messaging him saying like, yo, let's do our part 4 of ReZero and get this over with, because I can't wait to get where season 2 and 3 is in the future. Manga, how you doing?
Speaking of, we just had some season 4.
We had some season 4 announcement.
Like you mentioned that. Maybe it's just like fate, right? You uploaded that on YouTube. Everything seems good to go. We got this season 4 news coming out. Pretty good stuff.
Everything will work perfectly.
Right, but what you failed to see is that this happened last year when season 3 was announced, and he said, dude, we just gotta finish season 1 and 2.
I think that did happen.
And then,
no, but we're in a new year, new season, new year, new you. Is the end of the year. We're entering the website. We're entering the official phase of the company. So you just gotta think positive. The growth of the new people that we are.
You've been delaying it.
However, man, God, how you doing? Bit, right? Week 7. Introduce yourself, man. God, that is in a different realm. That I also have to do jobless reincarnation after this, right?
Hi, my name is Grem. I'm called the Man God in reference, of course, to the Man God from Jobless Reincarnation Mushoku Tensei, because I'm a huge fan. I am your go-to light novel person. I read a lot of these light novels, these long title isekai that Vash claims to love so much. I read them and watch them, so I'm the real lover of long title isekai, is all I'm saying.
Hey, I watched them. He reads them. He reads the source material and tells you to watch light novels. Remember, chat. He will tell you to watch light novels.
No, genuinely, hey guys, if you love some of these isekai out there, read the light novel, because a lot of them are so much better than the light novels. But anyway, don't need to toot my own horn. Yeah, I'm just a guy who loves to talk about anime online with his friends.
Yeah,
discuss it.
For those that don't know, off the bench, that's what we're here for, seasonal conversation of the fall season. And we just did our Holo Flop. Is for those that don't know, it's like the midterms. If you're in school out of 12 weeks of the year, what is in the middle that's actually good or not? And that's what we talk about Holo Flop. So go check that episode. If you want to hear our conversation of prior, go check episodes 1 through 5. Weeks 1 through 5 of what happened for the fall season. Because we're entering now the last half 6 of the fall season, and then we're about to enter what are we watching for the winter season. And I'm scared for that one because that's a long lineup. And don't forget, that's watch on MemoryNK Twitch channel, so go check that out as well.
Yes sir. But yeah, guys, this is your go-to seasonal anime podcast. We dive into the best, the worst, and the hidden gems of each season. Also, just a heads up, I think I forgot to mention it earlier, but this is from Monday, the 10th of November to Sunday, today, as of us recording and I think streaming this, the 16th. So we're going to be covering the shows in that week. Like I said, we will have some tidbits from week 6 still in here because maybe there were certain things we couldn't touch on as much in the Hot or Flop episode. But mostly it will be week 7. But we're going to start off actually with our binges here. I know I personally haven't been really binging anything on the side. I've mostly just been sticking to the seasonal stuff. Call of Duty's out now, so that's obviously been taking up some of my time. It did take me, surprisingly, a day or two to even check out the game because usually I'm there like right at midnight to play it. But I was dealing with some stuff on my computer.
He was prolonging it.
I had to do all this, like the stuff you have to do now to play some games is like insane. Like it's like you got to have TPM, you got to have secure boot. I had to update my BIOS firmware. I had to go get a USB. Like I had to literally dust off a USB flash drive, like a thumb drive. I'm like, when's the last time I used one of those? I had to use one of those to literally update my BIOS firmware. So I had to use that, do all that to play my game. There's like shaders you have to do. There's like all these settings you have to have if you want to play the game the best way. It's just, I miss the days when you could just literally go to like GameStop midnight release. You go there with your friends. You get the physical copy, you go home, you put the disc in and play. That was literally it. Like
that's
I missed
a good point. That is 100% because
but I don't have anything to binge.
I just want to add a comment on that because he said something true because he was there for 3 hours doing that process. The reason I know the time limit is because during that process, me and the team, we were talking about grappling the week. We're doing SmackDown, and then during the process, I was literally editing the audio feed of that show, uploading, finishing up, exporting, doing all that, and that took me less than 3 hours process. And this man was literally in the process of finishing up, and I'm like, damn, you still doing that? He had to reboot his computer 3-4 times. You can still the frustration of this man is just saying like, hey, I'll be right back. He could just hear this man just annoyed, like, I don't want to be here.
It was a whole process because like I updated my BIOS firmware, and then it was like I was stuck in a boot loop. So every time I kept booting my computer up, it was taking me straight to the BIOS. So I'm just like, okay, what the heck is it's a bunch of computer lingo terms and stuff, but it was annoying. It was definitely annoying to deal with, but I got it all straight now. But I have been grinding the new COD.
And he was happy, right? You're stress-free, right?
Stress-free. No, COD brings out the negative parts of me, man. I'm gonna be out. Like since I first started playing COD, like literally since I first started playing, like in 2011 or 2012, like I get so angry sometimes, and it's just like the other night I played, or last night, it just reached a point where I was just like, I'm getting too angry. I need to get off.
It was awesome. So I kind of joined this group of friends a little bit late. I have my own little clique I have, and I was in my server. I was in my server. And he hops in because the other server, where we normally hang, nobody was in it anymore. Like people were getting tired, they're going to bed, or they're getting frustrated, So they all dispersed, and he comes over, and we were playing League. And if you know anything about League, it's super toxic, right? So we're playing League, and we're having a lot of fun. We're not being toxic or anything. We're just kind of trolling, and we just hear him out of nowhere go, "Get out of fucking spawn! What the hell?"
Yo, but also just the worst is that you hear his frustration in the game, and I was playing with him too in that moment in a few of those matches because wifey was doing stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna hop in a few matches. just in those games, you hear Nate in those 3 or 4 matches go from 0 to 100 because there's that one guy in the last match that was just being the same spot, same corner, and you just hear Nate just get frustrated. But like, you could be like, fucking go to hell and just scream internally. Like, remember that movie Inside Out?
Some people play
the angry emoji, that was Nate in their times. You could just imagine just flaming hot fire, speed, lava coming out of flirty frustration, anger. And I felt bad.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I could have a whole podcast about this, honestly, like myself. I really could. Just the way some people play games, it just blows my mind. But it's like to each their own at the end of the day, right? It's just a game. But I have been having fun with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been, even the beta when I had played it, I was pretty impressed. And I have been enjoying this new game. There is some things I'm not a big fan of, but maybe we'll go into that or something at another time, or if I stream some COD or something.
Let us know if you want. Let us know if you guys want some Call of Duty streams. We have a VOD channel that's used for that purpose for gaming VODs from our Twitch. Maybe I could finally convince Nate after months and months of asking him, let's do some gaming content, and maybe we might do something, chat. Some weekly Halo campaign.
Halo, I mean, that was supposed to happen.
Hey, I'm trying. Hey, at this point, I could just ask him, hey, let's just do duels, or let's bring Miles in. Let's go Dweebs and Weep style. Let's go collab. Let's see what happens, chat. But without further ado, we spoke enough gaming content. Let's speak about what it is about some anime content that I actually did binge. I'm binging 2 stuff. Sadly, I have some, not bad news, I have some sad news because I was supposed to talk about this with our girl Neko, but she's not here. She's in the Shadow Realm or somewhere in some realm. But the 2 shows I want to give a big shout out to is one, I have finished and I binge it within 1 day, within I believe 6 hours. Farming Life in Another World, season 1. And you know what is exciting? Because season 2 comes out in the winter season of next year. I did ask Winter Analyst. I'm like, I believe season 2 is next year, and then I saw, and I'm like, score! I started homework early without realizing it. So hey, solid 12 episode binge within on a Wednesday as well. The days I'm supposed to hang with wifey, I chose one, and luckily wifey was just in her chill mode of her watching her own show too. So I'm like, perfect. I said, yo, wifey, wanna hang out? She, yeah, just be, but you do your thing, I'll be my thing, my own president, catch my show. Like, oh, perfect timing. Binge watch it, love it. I didn't expect they will be fucking off screen and they have a baby off screen. I'm like, I assume y'all will be fucking since that's your fiance. You just brought up in the first 2 episodes and then don't bring it back until the last 3. Which, yo, the spider or anaconda spider thing, big ass giant one, literally making the spider, sorry, not spider babies, making the baby clothes in the end of an episode. Yo, I saw that shit. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. That's a baby, like that's a human-sized baby. What's going on here? I assume so, but by the way there was, design. And then somehow the spider knew before even, the mom. And I love how next episode you find out, like, oh, girl's not feeling good. I'm like, wait, man, she pregnant? And then, the maddest thing I was mad about is that they were actually fucking off screen without us knowing. And I was upset about that. Not a crash type of way, but more in like, yo, you really left it for us to find out like this? Like, that's either blue balls writing or that's smart writing for us to kind of find out later. And the town, in a way, kind of knew. But, yo, this is such a cute binge. I had a great time. I know Nate is laughing with my commentary because it's just great, cute wholesomeness. How everyone just come to live in the death trees.
Yeah, it was like one after the other.
Yes.
Literally, yeah. That series was a lot of fun. I am looking forward to season 2. Like, I wasn't super crazy about it, but it was one of those kind of like a campfire cooking. Like, I enjoy campfire cooking a lot more, but like, I feel like this one, like the one you're talking about, was just fun. You're right, on a weekly basis. Like, you were guaranteed pretty much to have like a good time with it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I just didn't
expect... to hear you enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I'm glad that I enjoyed it. I had a good time. The most funniest thing that, like you mentioned, each episode, each type of species just came to live there. The most funniest one, it was the angel, because she literally chose to bring more people because how each of the species had their own clique, had their own crew, except herself. She's like, damn, I'm the only one by myself. She literally said, "Yo, I'll be right back in a couple of days." She came back, brought lizard people, brought her own squad, brought her own type of people to, protect the town, protect the village. But it's just funny how she said, like, "Yo, I cannot feel much better. I got my peeps. We have our own cliques now." And I just love how he did us, made a whole type of community. He made a whole neighborhood. Everyone was very supportive of him and everything, like wanted him to be mayor and everything. So I feel like that's a beautiful click in the way it was very wholesomeness build. I enjoyed this. Can't wait for season 2, honestly. It was a fun watch. I think I gave it, honestly, an 8.2. Like, very solid, enjoyable type of anime. Enjoyment was a solid 9. And characters and plot was solid 8. Like, and pacing was 8 as well. Like, everything was very solid. Like, can't really say anything super bad about the show. There's a few critiques you could say, but it was right down the middle of entertainment, is what I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I would say for me, I think I gave it around like between a 7 and an 8, if I remember correctly. It's been a decent bit, but yeah, it was always fun. It was always fun, for sure.
Glad. The next one I have to give thoughts about is Gamers. The one I'm watching, Gamers.
Oh, I haven't watched that, but I've heard good things.
It's a 2017 anime that came out in the summer season. So I watched Gamers because this was also recommended from Neko-chan. So a big shout out to her. And when I saw it, I look on Analyst just to see what it relates to. Orescu, I really enjoyed this one. Kaguya-sama, I really enjoyed from what it sees that is very similar in recommendation. Bottom tier, character Tomozaki. I heard some people saying good and bad stuff about the series, even though I did enjoy season 1. I didn't watch season 2 as of yet, so I don't have thoughts on season 2. But once I saw that this show have some shows that I've watched or had some interest in it, then I watched Gamers. I've only seen 4 episodes. As of this recording, I've only seen 4 episodes. Haven't watched the rest because time. But I really enjoyed it. Really interesting with the plot where it's going. It's just crazy. Like, how you a gamer, but then there's a game club that you're invited to by the hottest girl, and you still denied it. But then once we find out his reasoning, once we find out what's the purpose of it, and
damn, like that's a double, it's a double positive, man. Like, gaming club, you're a gamer, and there's a hot girl. Like,
yeah, and
why wouldn't you do that?
I feel like it's a win-win-win. You can't lose in that situation. But then once you find his reasoning and why he feels the way he feels and what's the purpose of it, like, okay, understandable why he didn't take action, why didn't he accept it, and there's more to it. I love the friendships that are built. I love the character that we find out that he is dating his childhood crush without knowing until later finding out. So I love how all that comes together. Out of the 4 episodes, by the way, so this is out of 4 episodes, I will give it a solid 8 of enjoyment, entertainment, and I love the artistic style, the kind of 4/4 comedy. It kind of reminds me a bit of Orescu, like you guys remember about Bench-kun, like stuff like that.
Oh, Bench-kun, yeah,
like stuff like that happens in the show, and it's good comedy entertainment for me. The only thing I will say is that you could tell this was made by Funimation or back then when it comes to subtitle and voiceover wasn't always good or perfect, because this is source-wise still by Funimation for anybody that remembers Funimation that was existing at one point. And when you hear the dub is solid, by the way. I'm watching the dub. However, when you have the dub on and you have the subtitles on, it's so fuck up bad that the character name, where is it? The character name is Kieta. Amano. In the subtitles, it says Domino's, like the pizza. Domino's.
Domino's.
It'd be fucking crazy. It'd be fucking me up. I'm like, hold up.
Someone didn't do their job.
Somebody, no, and this is not more than once. This is multiple times in 4 episodes. And the main character, the girl, Karen Tendo. By the way, Tendo. Tendou. The reason I'm spelling it out for the audience and for anyone to hear that is because in the subtitles it says Nintendo as her name a few times.
Nice.
It says Nintendo.
Oh my God.
And also
Nintendo.
And also it says Tendo like the kendo stick. If they so fuck up the subtitles, it feels like it's AI or some fuck up wrong shit. I don't know what it is, but
You
the
never
subtitles
know.
is so bad. And I'm like, yo, you could tell it was either copy and paste from Funimation and nobody did their job to revise it or whatever it may be. But bro, Crunchyroll, hire somebody, because I will watch every show in your catalog and revise the fucking subtitle or something, because it needs some work. Because I sometimes like to watch dub and subtitles with it, and it don't be matching. And Netflix is one of them that also just be lazy on their dub and dub English and not their sub and dub. It just be a whole bad mixing. But Gamers, subtitles out of the 4 episodes has been hilarious. That's all I will say.
See, now I'm like curious, like how many series is that actually like happening for as well? Because like obviously with Funimation and the other ones, what was it, Verve? I think
Yeah,
was
Verve
like a
as well.
thing. Yeah, like a lot of
High
these
dive.
streamers that have kind of came and went, right? Like they're no more. And Crunchyroll obviously has picked up a lot of these shows, a lot of these properties, right? So it's
Lot
like,
of
how many other ones is this happening for potentially, right? Where they just kind of get it and then they don't really do much else, right? It's just like, okay, we got it. Like, let's just throw it up here on our site. You know, it's just I don't know how all that actually
trust
works.
me.
Maybe they have to do things themselves, right? Once they get the thing, but then they could have used AI. Like, it may not have even been the previous streamers, you know, doing, right? Like, they could have got this. It was maybe just like the show itself, and then they had to do work, or I guess it could have been AI or whatever. I don't know, but I am curious now, like shows that Crunchyroll has just kind of picked up over the years that they didn't have when these shows were like simulcasting. Like, what? How many other ones are there out there? Like, I'm sure some of us will come across them at some point as we watch more stuff, like in the backlog and whatnot. But
Look, only time will tell in that conversation of more, because trust me, I will be bringing it up more, and I'll tell this to the audience. Not even Nate knows this, and I'll say this right now. One of the big reasons why I'm trying to check things off my list in the end of the year and more is because I'm trying to catch up to this man 1,000 animes on his anime list. I have half of that, so I'm trying to catch up to it. Because how can the guy that's trying to lead a company called Anime Studio and the guy that's part of Off the Bench, he has great knowledge of the directors and everything, the auto pronunciation. I love that. He's good at that. But I need to build up my catalog. I need to build my resume. I can't have it so low. So I need to build out more. I need to do my homework. So that's why I'm trying to do a lot. And dub is an easy way to access that. So trust me, I will come back more. If I see those subtitles don't be matching the English words of the dub, I'm like, yo, yeah, either using the sub or fucking, because there's no way the sub be saying Domino's as her name. I'm sorry, as his name, Amino. There's no way. But that's all I got. Like I said, Gamers and a farming in another life. So it was both shows entertaining. One finished, one not complete yet. But come back next week. Might have it, so we will find out.
all right.
Grem? Well, I have to channel my inner Crash because I've got a bone to pick with you. Boss Man and Neko, who isn't here.
Me?
I have a bone to pick with you people because you guys have been gassing this show up for so damn long that I figured, okay, fine, I'll watch it. I'll give it a damn shot because you guys recommended this shit. And you guys on the freaking the podcast last week, our hot or flop, you guys vehemently, both of y'all said recommend. This shit is fire. It's not the same as all these other isekai.
I'm trying to figure out which
it's
one.
so good.
He's like, wait, which one?
Bro, Banished Court Magician is so ass, bro. It's so bad.
Yo,
It's so
he went
bad,
the chair,
bro.
and then he's like,
It's so bad, man. I caught up to this show because you guys keep gassing it up all day, every day. You guys always gas it up. You guys are here on the podcast, always talking about how it's so awesome, how it's revolutionary, how you've never seen this type of shit. You guys are like, oh my god, no, the bad guy like turned another leaf, and oh my god, it's not all that bad, and like he learned from his mistakes. No, he didn't. This show is bad. It is horrible. He is just the generic OP protagonist who does everything for his damn party, and the party, it takes him getting kicked out for them to go, oh shit, maybe he knows what he's talking about. Like, the only difference here is that instead of his students picking him up into a party, yeah, because we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that show from last season, the season before, the 24 episode one
dude,
that
when you
Nate
said
fucking
that,
hated because it's the same thing, man. He gets banished from the party. He finds a group of people who appreciate him and know what he actually does in the like from the back, like understands that the support spells are super integral to what they're doing, and they pick him back up, and then bro, they get S rank in like 2 days, bro. Like what? Like you're telling me that this is not the same as the thing that literally came out last season that me and that
dude, when he told me it was like a rank party,
like,
yeah, when he said it was like a rank party, I was just like, bro.
No, but
look,
I
get
get
your.
your.
I had a feeling about it. Why I wasn't gonna try.
Look,
bro.
I get your complaints, but in that aspect where even the prince acknowledges, but also he's true to his heart.
No, the prince didn't acknowledge.
No. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. It's because the prince.
I should give you another chance.
It's because the prince walked away. He is on his own values.
That little smile.
It's because he still has his own
back.
values. Because he still has his own values. He doesn't believe he doesn't agree with his
father.
His
values are that he's an idiot. What do you?
But that's his character. That's his character. We know him that the prince right now is an asshole, and he don't agree with his own father, and he's mad at his father. Wait, father, you've been telling me to be like this for the rest of my life. Now you're telling me to change because of your perspective. Now that you want to turn a new leaf, he don't agree with that. But it's because he have his own values, he have his own belief that he's like, nah, I don't fuck with commoners. I think commoners are below me. Alright, cool. Fuck you, dude. But you still are standing on all your 10 toes. Even your advisor said, look, if you want to fight him, listen to his advice. And the prince was like, cool. You my guy, you was right. You told me I should use daggers instead of a sword, all those things, but I still don't want to believe that you're better than me. He told us facts of what he is.
He took the advice of the guy who knew that our boy is like smart and he sits there and goes, dude, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, you should probably use short swords. You're too small. He's like, really? Huh? I feel like I've heard this before. Whatever. I'll agree because you're a noble. Like, he didn't take the guy's advice. He took a noble's advice who parroted the same advice. It's not like he learned his lesson. He just took advice from a noble because he's a noble, because he isn't a peasant. Like, it was so bad, man. I tried. You guys have been hyping it up, and I'm like, yo, maybe this will be good. Maybe I'm not giving it a shot. Maybe it deserves a shot. So I gave it a shot. Dude, this is the most generic cookie cutter shit I've ever seen. It's so disappointing because you guys have been hyping it up, and I'm like, you know what? These guys are my friends. They wouldn't steer me wrong, right? They did. They steered me completely wrong. The show is bad. It is. If you like trash isekai to spend your time, go ahead and watch it. But it is not a recommend. It is not a binge chilling. It is this is all right. So this has been your TED Talk from the Man God, because I cannot stand that they got me to watch this damn show and it was that bad. Look, so sorry I had to channel my inner Crash a little bit, but like anyway.
By the way, a big shout out.
Crash type beat right
there. By the way, a big shout out to Wifey because she's also watching us through TikTok. Even though she's right now just giggling and laughing, just like how Grem is just like, yeah, it's alright, it's alright.
Nice, I guess. It's nice.
Look, I'm glad that you watch it. Hopefully you stick along for the next 6 episodes. If you still are entertained by this trash isekai on your perspective, for me, it's still enjoyable, better than most, better than, level 9,900. But
you haven't even watched
I know.
it.
Hold up. Let me finish.
I mean,
Let
I
me
wouldn't
finish.
be surprised by that. I would not be surprised by that. But they're both
I do plan to catch up to it because I do owe you that from the conversation we had from How to Flop. Because I do have an asterisk. I started episode 1 of Mechanical Marie, but I don't have much thoughts. That's why I didn't say anything. I've only watched 1, so I want to watch more so I could come back next week. But I want to at least tease you for you to be aware that I put some effort towards your recommendation of Mechanical Marie, like I promised, and I will push forward for level 9,999 for you as well. So don't worry, I got you in mind.
But yeah, please be advised, audience and listeners. We review seasonal anime. That means we are going to spoil some shit. This is, of course, from the Monday the 10th to Sunday the 16th, which is where we're recording. We're live on TikTok right now. Time codes will be in the description of our YouTube video. So if you want to skip
And plus
and
audio
don't want
feed.
to listen to us yap about a whole bunch of stuff, also audio feed and wherever we can find TikToks, or not TikToks, podcasts. Yeah, that one. Anyway, so yeah, this is our seasonal spotlight for our deep dives and mini reviews.
Sure. And we're starting off with our shonen here. We're gonna shonen / action, kind of all kind of enveloped in one. And I'm still not caught up. I'm still not caught up to Umamusume. Honestly, the delay. I said I was gonna catch up this week, but that delay, I see it, and I'm just like, okay, the next episode ain't coming out for like another week. So I'm just like, I'll catch up to it right before the new episode comes out or something, bro. So
Look.
that's kind of where I'm at with Umamusume right now.
I'm just happy I'm not the only one lying on this podcast for the past couple of weeks. I'm glad me and Nate are on this train together. If anybody comes at me, I'm gonna be like, me and Nate on this train, we're gonna fall together on this boat.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know if it actually happened at the time we were recording the Hot or Flop, but I did, because I was dealing with some copyright. I literally had pretty much all my Umamusume videos
Yeah, you did tell them that.
removed
Yeah, you
off
did.
of my channel. I got those all. I got the 2 strikes taken off. All the videos were restored, which is good news. I deleted all of my Umamusume content though, because even privated videos can get copyright striked. If y'all didn't know that, it still can, because they could have put in a claim or a strike before you privated the video, and if it goes through, even if the video is privated in between that time, it could still affect your channel. So I'm not taking any risks, pretty much. But what I am gonna try and do, because I have downloaded all of like the core 1 stuff, and I was gonna make like kind of like a video of like the whole series, at least the first core, kind of with all the episodes in one. So if I do post something like that, look forward to that on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm still not caught up. I will be on that though, because I think it comes out next week as of us recording the next episode. These delays for a bunch of these shows have kind of been affecting how quickly I get to them, honestly. Like even the Cat's Eye episode and like Chitose, I kind of was holding off because I'm like, these aren't coming back for like weeks.
You're like, I got
So,
time.
yeah. So
Also,
eh,
I just want to give a big shout out to our fan in the Discord community, Kuro. They made a thread.
Kuro,
when,
yeah.
when
How did we
even-
not have that? I think Vash
No,
said
it's
that. Like, how
fine.
did we not have that?
No, that's Crash. Crash pinged the
Or
whole
Crash,
team.
yeah, Crash
He's like,
said that.
yo,
Crash called
you
out,
guys
yeah.
are such a letdown. How did our
I'm never
Grem
caught
and...
up, or at least for this core, I was never even caught up anyway. So it's like,
Yeah, so technically the
that's probably
shade
why
goes
for
to
me,
technically
but-
Grem then. The person
Yeah,
that shouts
yeah.
out every week don't even have a thread to talk about it or post pictures. That's so wrong, man. Shame on you.
But do you want to mention? Do you want to mention anything, Gremlin, about the most recent episode that has, that come out? I know it's been 2 weeks or something.
We got
but
we got the ending of the race. We get to see our top 3 finishers, which is an interesting thing. I don't want to really talk about it right now because
fair.
I don't want to spoiler boy. But we do get to see our 3 top finishers. We get to see how they did it, and I will say I am gonna spoil this. Our girl didn't win, and it seems like there's this final like she hasn't quite reached. Oh, you haven't seen freaking the one show, the basketball Kuroko no Basket, so you don't know
No.
like the zone.
I mean,
like
Well, I saw it at the end of the first core. They
Okay.
kind of alluded, like they teased it, right? And I feel
Right.
like I'm not even like you saying that. I'm not even surprised because that kind of feels like where we're at now in the series, right?
right.
Like Cap is like she kind of has an uphill sort of battle, right? There's still like things she has to learn and improve on.
Right.
So I'm not even really surprised with you saying like that she didn't win.
Right.
I think it's more so about like how and kind of what you get out. That's the thing I like about the series a lot. Like even the 2 or 3 episodes I've only watched this core is like Cap is reflecting, and even her trainer, they're reflecting and kind of thinking about how they can improve and what they need to work on, and how some things you may think you need to work on, really it could be a lot simpler or it could be more complicated in some scenarios. So that's something I've always liked that this series does hit on. But yeah, just the way the story was kind of progressing at the end of the first core, even the beginning of the second core, I'm not even really surprised. Like it's gonna take some more time, especially with Tamamo Cross's introduction and even like Obey Your Master and a lot of these other horses, right? Like from all over the world. It was going to be probably pretty tough for Cap to win with
Right.
the state kind of she's in right now, right? And
Yeah.
how big really it may not have seemed like it at the end of the first court, but I still think there is like kind of a significant gap between like her and even Tamamo Cross, but maybe others as well. But yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wanted to bring up or?
Yeah, it feels like referencing Kuroko no Basket again. We get to see that door in Kuroko no Basket where what's his face? Our jumpy boy. I don't remember the main character of Kuroko. I'm sorry, it's not Kuroko, it's his friend. But like he was no, but he was like knocking on the door for a while until he eventually finally broke through that door and really started to like enter the zone himself, where he gets that little red eye streak and all that. And the episode of it was really cool. The episode of Umamusume with the finale, we get to see Oguri come back. She had been trying a new strategy, and Michelle, my baby, kind of beat her ass and really put her in her place a little bit. So Oguri kind of fell back and fell back onto what she knows. And she sits there and she recollects herself, and she starts to make her charge towards the end, and we get to see it. It's a really cool visualization. I brought it up 2 weeks ago, of course, when or 3 weeks ago, I think now, when the previous episode came out. I mentioned that we get to see this really cool visualization of the glass breaking and the star eye, like Oshinoko, peeking through, because that was Pay the Butler, or what's her name, Obey Your Master in the anime. We get to see her sitting there breaking in and coming and taking that crown from Tamamo and like putting up a challenge, right? Breaking into the zone type thing. And we get to see the same visualization start to happen, the cracks spreading through the screen, because in first and second place, of course, is Tamamo and Obey Your Master. They're both in first and second, and the announcers start going, wait a second, wait, Oguri's making her charge. The beast is here. She's coming. Like, and Oguri's coming, and we get to see the cracks appear as like someone's about to break through again and come and challenge these two who are just completely taking over the lead. And we see the cracks appear, but then they stop because Oguri hasn't broken in yet. She hasn't reached that level yet. She's there. She's at the summit, but she hasn't broken that glass ceiling yet. So she takes third. It's really sad. But we also get to see Bianca. I gotta bring up Bianca because she broke her foot and placed fifth, which is insane. She was running on a broken foot and she took fifth. So it kind of felt like she was being set up to be like, oh wow, she was the overhyped person and she only took fifth. Like, oh, that's kind of disappointing. She was on a broken foot, guys.
Yeah, that's a broken foot.
That's insane, dude. That is insane. She broke her damn leg and she was working. Like, so she is no joke. But yeah, no, this episode, it feels a lot like you guys said, like a sports anime. It feels like what it really feels like to me is Ace of Diamond when Sawamura gets beaten again and again and again and again, and he has the yips and everything just piles on. And then when he gets to his second year, he breaks that glass ceiling and becomes a freaking monster. That's what it feels like. That's what it really feels like. So it was a lot of fun. I love Umamusume. I love my sports anime, man. It always feels good to me. So I know this is supposed to be a mini review. Sorry, guys. But
he's really crashing.
I really am crashing.
Hey,
but yeah, moving on, Tougen Anki, guys.
Look, all I want to say about Tougen Anki is, yo, fuck that silver hair motherfucker. I don't know his name. Thank you.
Gaslighting.
Yo, gaslighting. Yo, this man during this, yo, if I could say one episode throughout this past 6 weeks that got me on my feet, that got me angry, that got me just want to punch some dude off the screen, is this man, wait, Shinra or Shinya? Shinya. This man Shinya, I just want to Inya. Like, out of the fucking here, man. This man was gaslighting so much, and the way they animated, I can't imagine how it was drawn. Hopefully the art was good, but the way it was animated for us, the art style, the sequence, showing the conscious look, and then showing the way he spoke, it kind of reminded me of the back and forth. Remember we used to see this a lot when it was Sakura, and when it was not Hinata, was a girl, it was a girl Ino, from Naruto, where they always had the character spoke, but then their inner conscious, we saw it speak as well. So that was kind of cool to see, but man, Shinya pissed me off. Even though like the animation and everything was great, just him gaslighting, questioning, and putting the self-doubts on Mikadono and on fucking our boy Shiki, that shit was tough to watch. It got me angry, got me annoyed.
It actually explained a lot to me. It was like, why would he burn the hospital? And I think he had a different reason for burning the hospital, but when he saw that phone call, he's like, wait a second, I've got a good idea. And burn down the house. It clicked in, and I wrote on the notes, I wrote gaslighting the episode. It's so good. I really like it. It's kind of devious, but I like the deviousness, you know? So, I mean, yeah, I like you said, man, he's kind of a little dick, but it works. I like it.
I do agree with that. It's good devious because it makes the character, us, like the fans, hate him more because he's being tactical, strategist. He is getting the job done. Like, as a evil perspective, hey, he's getting the job done. He's executed what he needs to do. He's putting them in a corner. But what I'm curious to say is that he knows Mikadono's strength. Like, he knows his strength and he knows his weakness. But why is he trying to break him so bad? Like, does he know that once he break his self-doubt or his conscious untrusting Shiki, are we supposed to see like a more twisted side of him? It's like a two-face. Like, he's all goody two-shoes because of his morality. But once that morality is breaking, what type of character are we going to see is what I'm curious.
Right.
Yeah, it's like that person that, like, you know, is like, comes across as like the chillest, or like, you know, their friends would be like, oh, they would never like harm anyone. But like, if you screw with, you know, someone that, you know, means a lot to them, right? You see like a side of him you never thought even like existed. Like, I think maybe that's like a kind of a thing with Mikado, which I'm scared about, because obviously we saw like the kind of what him and Shiki had, like they kind of clicked like right off the bat.
So
you know?
good.
And I feel like with this and where it's going, it's gonna end up with, well, obviously I hope Shinya dies. But like Mikado, like I feel like there could be some kind of thing that happens where he
could, like, really,
gets caught
like,
in, yeah.
I feel like they could like bridge, like they could be a bridge. They could bring the two factions together.
Agree.
And Shinya's just kind of fucking it up right now.
He is.
Like,
but,
he really is.
But the guy sitting across to him that reads the cards, he's noticing. He noticed in questions. He reminds me. I know Grem Wonders has read for us. He reminds me of Hawkins from One Piece. The way he reads, and he reads the situation. He sees where things goes. And the way this man keeps looking at Shinya, I hope he does something to Shinya or turns or be like, I know what you're doing. I'm hoping for this. But
why would he though? I'm
hoping he also has his own morality. I think he also has his morality. Like, the way the eyes, I don't know. I'm just questioning. Because also, next episode is episode 19. And the way anime likes to do episode 19.
Yeah, episode 19 is the hype episode, right?
They've been doing that for the past couple of years now. So, I'm waiting to see what happens. Next week, Friday, no lie, I am anticipating. I am. I feel like something's about to go down.
Ironically, though, it does feel like this, you know, the episode coming up is going to be like a pretty
probably.
It does feel like it. It does feel like it.
Like, it could lead to like a Shiki and Mikado like face-to-face kind of deal or something, but we'll see.
Yeah, look forward to that for next week. One Punch Man, I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't watch it this week. I had computer issues all week. I finally got my computer back. I had a lot of shit to watch. I caught up to most things. I'm not gonna lie, I looked at 2 specific series and I'm like, I could take a break on them this week. So I'm not caught up to Digimon for 2 weeks or One Punch Man either. So
I know Nate
I'm
made the time
ridiculous.
for it because he sent a group chat. Hey, I'll be on in
Yeah.
a sec. I'm gonna just finish One Punch Man. In my head, I'm like, he really chose One Punch Man to finish? Really? Okay. So talk to us. Was it worth it to finish?
Not really. I mean, I got a kick out of some of the bits in this episode. Like, I feel like that's probably been the main thing, like, with this season so far. I feel like some of the comedic bits, like, still hit. Like, I know I talked about it, I think, in Hot or Flop or even, like, 2 weeks ago. Like, how Saitama and them have just been screwing around, like, in his crib, just, eating and just being stupid, right? While this evil organization is, turned like moving, making moves, and Garo's out here fighting for his life. But like, yeah, that is kind of what's been funny about it. And like in this episode, I think in particular, because we have like more meetings, but this time is more from the hero side. I feel like a lot of this season has been the villains. But yeah, like the heroes, the S-class heroes kind of all meeting up. And Tatsumaki was getting into it with some of the others, and she was like not being heard. They were just pretty much ignoring her. And the same thing, like it was like a parallel with Fubuki, because when she was talking with like Bang and with Genos and a lot of them, like later in the episode, they were ignoring her as well when they were talking about a plan to do. So that was like something I found pretty funny with the episode. But then I think the funniest bit for me was with King, was because King did end up showing up to like the meeting with all the heroes and whatnot. And he pretty much was about to spill the beans because they like were asking, they're like, dude, where the hell have you been? What's going on? And he was literally like, oh, like he was about to break it to him, like I was eating hot pot, like in blah blah blah's crib, just chilling. And he has like 2 like managers or whatever with him. I don't even know their names, but they're like, they cut him off and they're like, no, he's been out fighting villains. He did this all by himself. He had like a bunch of like stains on his shirt. He's like, they were like, that's monster blood. And then in King's head, he's like, wait, why are they? This is what they got from what was going on with me. Like, why are they saying this? King was just, I don't know. He's always been funny to me.
Bro has been clueless since day one.
Yeah, some of the scenes that can happen because of just how he is, So yeah, like the comedic bits were hitting, but I saw some comparisons with some of the panels in the manga in this episode, and they butchered, a certain panel. Like there's like a lineup of all of the S-class heroes kind of setting out.
I was just about to ask that one. Yep.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it did not really live up to that in the anime at all. I still enjoy bits and pieces here, but like, I don't know, content wise, this season hasn't really been too strong, honestly, for me. But I think it's just getting by really with like the comedy and whatnot for me, and just like the characters. Like it has a huge cast, and there are a couple of them I do really, genuinely find enjoyable. Just their interactions with other characters or just how they are themselves. So it was an all right episode, like nothing crazy. But we'll see now that kind of things are turning, things are moving. We'll see what ends up happening. Also, apparently this episode was like outsourced or something to like a Chinese studio or something like that. And the director, I think of like Uzumaki episode 2, which was god awful, like worked on this episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, people,
I saw that conversation.
you all probably saw it.
Timeline.
People were on the timeline shitting on it. I mean, yeah, production wise, it's not the best, but
so the usual.
Yeah,
the usual bullshit.
Usual, but I still stand on like the ground that it's not like this is below a 6 on Mal, and season 2 of One Punch Man
That's
is like
insane.
it's like a 7.5 or a 7.6, and I'm just like, okay, it should probably still be below season 2, but it should not be that far below season 2. Like
I would think a 7 is low. Like
it is not that big of a gap. It is not that big of a gap. We could go on and on about this, but yeah, it was an okay episode of One Punch Man season 3 this week. Also, I think I'm the only one who watched Spy Family, I believe,
Yes,
since like Neko's not here. I think Crash is watching it as well. But Spy Family, this episode, we didn't talk about it really much last week. But yeah, the whole like bus hijacking, I think it's actually an arc. I don't know the specific name, but there's a whole arc revolving around this like bus hijacking. So we have that going on. And Anya kind of dealing with, I like how they did that actually, just kind of showcasing how Anya, like her mind is just like, because all of the kids' reactions, right? Like the bus has been hijacked and there's people with guns, like adults with guns and threatening them and whatnot. So all the thoughts of like all the kids on the bus and how that was affecting Anya, I did like how they showcased that. And then also, though, it ended up turning like comedic because Anya obviously could kind of like read the minds of the adults and whatnot, and like how they weren't actually like gonna do anything to them because they literally put a freaking bomb around Anya's neck, right? And everybody, all the students are like freaking out and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh my god, like, why is she not even reacting? Like, she's so tough. Like, what is she like? She's built different. She's literally sitting here beating the bomb like with her hand, going like this, like just trolling because she knows. Because when the dude put the bomb on her, he was like, oh, like this isn't actually gonna do anything. It's just to like scare them or whatever. So like Anya was like, oh yeah, like Anya sat down back in her bus seat after she like heard that in her mind, and she was like, whoo, I'm relieved. And then they're looking at her like, you got a freaking bomb around your neck. Like, why are you saying
I ain't dying? I'm chilling. I'm gonna survive.
Yeah. But so like that was like I got a kick out of that, and then also Damien, or I think that's his name, Damien. I forget what the boy's name is.
Yeah, I believe it's Damien.
But
It's Damien,
yeah. He had some funny moments in this episode as well because he was trying to be like the cool kid, and stand up for Anya, stand up for the class. Like he was trying to make like a diversion. He like went up to the front of the bus and was like, I gotta take a massive shit right now. Like there were some funny bits in this episode, I will say. What was really serious, and maybe it could be more serious, in the next episode with kind of some of the other parties getting involved and whatnot. But at first you're kind of scared, like, are they actually going to do anything? Like in the back of your mind, you're like, surely none of these, nothing's going to happen to any of these kids, like in this series, right? But like still, it ended up turning comedic, so I did get a kick out of it, honestly. So, yeah, fun episode. Nothing. I enjoyed it probably more than One Punch Man, but it was nothing like super crazy. So, yeah. Any more honorable mentions? If not, we can move on to our next.
Nah, I'm ready.
Gachiakuta,
right.
which Grem, go ahead, because I know he wants to talk about episode 18.
I want to talk about episode 18 so bad.
Talk to us.
So I was told before this podcast started by Nate, you know what you want to talk about? We talked about last week, and I said, did we? And I went back to the pod and I was like, damn, I really do zone out when I haven't seen an episode. I'm like, I'm proud of myself because I didn't get spoiled. But yeah, oh my god, oh man, I'm sure Boss Man can attest to how much I popped off when I watched this episode. Because I came into the chat and immediately was like, bro, I swear she just pulled out a Glock, bro. Shit, she just shot a mofo. I was dying, man. Oh, I had so much fun with this episode.
Not just twice, not 3 times, chat, not 4, not 5, not 6.
He was on Demon
7 bullets. The whole fucking chamber just shot down.
She unloaded a clip and plus the one in the chamber and just fucking kept shooting. It was so good, man. I got such a kick out of that. I watched that episode and I'm like, I'm thinking like, man, I feel like I like worlds like this, but like I also like in the top of my head, I always think, man, what would happen if someone just pulled a gun out? And then she did, and I was like, yes. She's like, all right, well, I don't really care about this anymore. It kind of reminded me, and I was talking to Nate about this earlier in the week. It reminded me a lot of Yumachika from Bleach, who never wanted to fight really, because his Zanpakuto was a keto based Zanpakuto, and that's like a dishonor to the to Kenpachi's like squad. So he was a little bit embarrassed and ashamed of his Zanpakuto, and then we get to see like his Zanpakuto get released. It kind of reminded me of that. I thought we were gonna get some cool power up, like maybe she had another weapon. She didn't. She just pulled out a gun. And that is almost better. And I thought that was awesome. But as for episode 19...
Before you go on episode 19, I would love to piggyback on that because, yes, he did go in a phone call, me and Majin or me and somebody else. He just came in like, yo, she put a fucking gun! It's just straight. And also the thread, it shows the conversation from Grem and also Watkins as well, also commenting about it. And I do agree, it's just that phrase that you should never bring a gun to a fist fight, because once you bring that gun, it's just like that person won. Unless you're like the Flash and you have that speed, then speed blitzing. But it's just the way she just took it out, and it showed her character of how insane she could be is. Like, she dead ass just literally changed her type of demeanor once she got told nobody will hear you scream, and she's like, oh really? I like the sound of that. And I just love how the animation just draw her eyes, her body language change, and the way she just got on top of, like, I would love to kill you, but my mentor, my boss said I shouldn't kill nobody no more. That's when it also made me realize, like, oh, she's killed people before and she does not hesitate. The only reason she's not doing it no more is because she got told to stop killing. That's the thing that really makes you think, like, oh, there's a backstory. Like, that's an interesting backstory for this character because there's more to her.
Mm-hmm.
It also goes in nicely with Zonka's backstory, because we saw her traveling around with him before Zonka was part of the crew. So it's a really interesting. I'm really excited to see more of that. I think the most impactful thing from that episode to me was her talking about Rudo and saying, like, I don't know how he's going to turn out. And that means a lot coming from somebody like her who is a cold-blooded killer. She's like, I don't know how he's going to turn out. He could easily, it kind of read to me as like he could easily become like I was. And that's part of the reason I can't, and I choose not to kill anybody right now, is because I don't want him to go down that path. And that's really interesting. It gives a lot of depth to this character who I enjoyed before, but now I'm starting to see in a little bit of a different light. I'm like a lot more interested in her character now, because like there's that darkness, there's that depth there that I just didn't think there was before. Part of the reason why I have Tougen Anki and this rated so closely together. I was telling the boys that if I had watched this episode before Hot or Flop, I probably would have bumped it up one.
I do understand.
And that would have been from binge chilling to recommended. So
I understand.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say I understand, because from that point, like even by the end of that episode, she literally, point blank just saw Jabba and literally just bam, bam, bam.
She shot Jabba like freaking like what, 7 times.
Yeah,
right?
7 times.
Yeah,
we counted 7 times.
on Jabber. It's like, yeah, I need you to lay down.
And
Don't
literally
worry,
just
you're a psycho. You'll get up, right? It's fine.
And literally just grab his friend and he's like, hey, you good, right? Just walk away by dragging his feet. Let's say, hey, you're good. You're just having a good time.
Zonka? Cool. That's so good.
It's crazy. But episode 19, how do we feel about the flying trash beast? Flying trash beast.
I love this episode because I feel like
we get a little lore with the
Watchmen series. Yeah, the Watchmen series. Obviously, that is a big deal. So just that being talked about.
It brings up the question like, how did it brings up the question like, how did our boy get it before?
Like, is this something that's been
his dad
orchestrated potentially from like before he got sent down here? Maybe it paints his father figure in a different light, potentially
slightly different. Maybe there's a reason he was killed.
Yeah. Probably he's one of the people that robbed it, or maybe invented it himself. Who knows?
Could be. It also brings up a really cool thing of like, the main bad guy mentions like, you're someone who can use something in the Watchmen series and you're not tainted by it, and implies that like using the Watchmen series makes you insane. And we've been getting glimpses of Rudo being just a little off. And it's like, is that because of the Watchmen series? Is he actually being affected? And like, it's not affecting him like hugely, but he is definitely being affected, right? So it kind of leads to like questions like, is he going down a bad path? Is he maybe going to like go too far? It couples really well with the last episode and her talking about maybe he could go down a bad path. Maybe he could start killing people and like wondering what that would do to him. I don't know. It was really good. Couple of episodes together. The Watchmen series is really interesting.
The reveal that they're in a trash beast.
Yeah.
And everybody's reactions to it
was
I gotta
fucking
comment
happy.
that. Yeah.
The baby was like, yo, yes, Grandma, thank you. It's just the shock and the excitement, like, oh, our job is cleaners. Of course gonna do that. By the way, every time I hear the Watchmen, it's just because of my comic book brain. I think of Dr. Manhattan, I think of Rorschach, I think of the Watchmen series. So every time that Grem was speaking about the Watchmen series, I keep thinking the comic book version of the Watchmen series of Dr. Manhattan, Rorschach, Spill Spectre, the comedian, all those things. And I'm like, too different, just because it has the same thing in Literally co-series. Don't mean it's not the same. But yo, Chad, if you are like me, and during this episode kept hearing the Watchmen and was thinking about Rorschach or Dr. Manhattan, please tell me I'm not the only one, because that was me during this whole episode.
Yeah, so like that, and that the fact that this trash beast was created due to like Zodal's like experiments and whatnot, and learning like what you actually can do like to create, you know, trash beasts and whatnot, using like vital instruments and whatnot. Like very interesting stuff like with that. Obviously, you know, we've mentioned the Watchmen series. Seeing Team Child kind of showing out at the end of the episode was like really cool as well. Seeing them get their shine. Yeah, and just like at first when he just like hits impact the wall. Yeah, you're just like,
you hear the little like
it was like a tempo.
You hear the little clap. And then you see him. He was against the wall. He had just hit it. He pulls his fist back. He starts falling. He punches again, and it stopped his fall. What? And then he kept doing that, and he was slowly falling down. And he's like, "Dude, this is sad. You gotta stop him." And he's like, "No. The real shame would be being a father that
don't let his son do what he
his
wants
kids when he's so close to breaking through." It's like, what are you boom? What?
Yo, his face was priceless. He's like,
at first, bro was so confused. He's like, bro, like,
why are you letting your son do this?
What are you doing here?
Like, this is cringe. Like, this is cringe as hell. Stop.
Like, this is sad.
And also, it was such a cool effect when the to be continued hit. It was like timed up with him punching
good.
like that was like sick.
If I mean of JoJo of the to be continued, like right at the wrong time, or like a One Piece to next week, you're like, fuck you.
Nah, but this episode did have, I feel like, a good mix of a lot of, you know, things, because obviously we mentioned the Watchmen series stuff is important. Even the stuff with like Rudo and his, you know, past, maybe that is in a different light now. Seeing Team Child kind of show out.
The question
what
is,
else
are we gonna travel? Do we think this trash beast that's in the process of flying, do we think it is actually gonna make the sphere? Because these fucking cleaners are excited to destroy the trash beast in midair. In my head, I'm like, why don't you just take the ride? Just take the ride. You're actually going there for free. Just talk. Just ramble. You're going to the sphere for free.
Well, it's
that's Rudo's main goal. There's Rudo's main, or there is that too, but that is Rudo's main goal. Like, maybe not in particular, like kind of others feel sort of the same way, right? So that is also like another thing. Like, I feel like with them, they may not be as like, oh yeah, let's go. Like, come on. Like, they're just right now, they're worried about obviously
getting out of here.
Like how excited they are that they're inside a giant trash beast, because this is what they deal with, you know.
True.
So
I want to bring up one more thing before we move on. It occurs to me, Rudo wasn't affected. Was he not affected because he had a Watchmen series, because he was being protected by the gloves? And if that's the case, because this trash beast is infused with the boots, do we think maybe the barrier won't affect the trash beast and they'll be able to get through? Just some food for thought. I just came up with that off the dome right now.
With how important they make, you know, the Watchmen series out to be and all that, there could be a whole lot that they kind of do protect you from or whatever, right?
And they mentioned how weird it was that Rudo wasn't affected by the barrier on the way down. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It's food for thought.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought.
Yeah. Moving on, My Hero. I have not watched this week, and I know that our boss man hasn't, so he's gonna take his headset off. Um,
Enjoy.
you have the floor, Nate.
Okay, man, this episode of My Hero, I've been on I feel like a train of just continually gassing up this final season. This episode, though, honestly, for me, was kind of a mixed bag. I'm not gonna lie, because there was some content I really did enjoy in this, mostly with Aizawa and Eri, like Eri breaking off her horn and wanting to give it to Deku. That awesome. Like I feel like Eri moments, like she's just so adorable. But like obviously with the history there, and Eri pretty much seeing how everyone else is reacting and kind of treating the situation. Like she wanted to be able to pitch in her own way, and that was even something that went beyond her as well. Like even just a lot of the regular kind of commoners, just random people really out here just willing to sacrifice for the cause. So I did like seeing that. Also, even like I think people were saying it was like an Avengers kind of thing with all of them kind of coming out of the portals to come and help Deku at the end. That was pretty cool, although they had Mineta be the first one to speak for all of them. Which was very, I'm like, really, bro? You have all of them come in like this through the portals. It looks so dope. And then you have Mineta talk first.
What's his name? Popoff or whatever?
Yeah, I was
I love him, dude.
I was confused about that. I'm like, bro, why is he the one speaking first when they all make this awesome entrance? So like that was like something, it was cool, but that is just a little thing for me that I kind of had to nitpick about. But my main concern or complaint, I guess, with this episode, because like I mentioned, the Aizawa, Eri, even like the end stuff was great. The development that like Shigaraki's whole past has been kind of planned from the very beginning, like it's been orchestrated from the very beginning, because we had this whole deal, like it pretty much felt like the fight and all that was wrapped up with Shigaraki and Deku have finally, reached Shigaraki. And I felt like right there, like leaving it off like that and having things conclude like that would have been so great,
Yeah.
But now you have this development that all for one, he's been
taking over the body.
He's taken over the body. He's orchestrated the whole thing from the beginning. And I'm just like, man, I'm not really a fan of that like development,
The reason I'm not watching this anime, the reason is because I read the manga and I told you behind the scenes I've been telling the guys, like, I love My Hero, but this last development and how they ended it is so bad, man.
Yeah.
So
like I just thought we were like, come on, like it's over, all for one. Please, like fuck off.
It was so good. Like
like Deku, after everything he had to do, like the plan worked, right? That they had made up, right? That they came up with to reach, Shigaraki. Deku was all in. He even lost some of his freaking limbs.
It was so good. And then
I'm just like, please, like I'm like leave it off like this, and it's like, wait, there's more.
Fist bump or something in the like
they nod heads.
World.
They like they put their heads to each other. Yeah,
it was so good. Like, it shows that they met each other. They talked. They can understand each other. They've finally broken the cycle. And then all for one goes, no. Anyway,
psych.
Psych. You thought like
the way they explain it is like, oh, like I could come in at this moment and kind of like that is really what's gonna bring him to like the lowest point, like the breaking point, right? And I mean, like, I don't know, just the fact, right? He's still even a thing, like after like I don't know. I just am not a fan of the
kill this man already. Damn.
Yeah, I just feel like it's something that it would have been way better to just leave things off with how it was with like Shigaraki and Deku. And have that conclusion like this. But now we have this. So hopefully, we'll see how it ends up, where it goes from here. But I'm not a big fan of that development for sure. But there were some other things like the Shigaraki and Deku stuff I liked, even with Nana Shimura, like that content. I did enjoy that. But just that one bit with All for One coming in and like the whole past thing being Shigaraki's past being orchestrated and yeah, I'm not a big fan on that, but overall, there still were some things I liked about the episode, but this was probably one of the weaker episodes of this final season of MHA for me. So, with everyone coming in now, like Avengers, style. I feel like it is going to be pretty cool though. Some of these episodes coming up. So, yeah, that's about it for my thoughts, my solo thoughts here on My Hero Academia final
I
season.
mean, not so solo.
Yeah,
I like I've read it, so
yeah.
but yeah, moving on to drama, thriller, psychological.
Yo, boss man.
I've already pinged him, bro. If he's not gonna put
Okay.
his headset on,
I'm
like
here.
I pinged him twice.
Waving him
anyway, yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I want to talk about Dusk Beyond the End again. Bro, can we stop with this fuck? Oh, I was so sad when you guys were on your date. I don't like
It's literally
it
just
when
a
you're supposed to
rom-com
do
at this point, bro. It's like literally like
I just want it to be the three of us, you know? Can't we do the polygamy thing, please? And this other girl, if you like her, then surely she's alright. I'm fine with the foursome if
dude,
you
we can
are.
she can join it too. Shit. Like
Join too if you insist. But I don't. I love you guys. I love you as much as I love the others. Please. It's like, bro, shut up, man. Like, stop pushing polygamy. Like, okay, we get it. And if the main character was down for it, I'd be down for it. Main character's not down for it.
and he's made that clear.
He's made it very clear. He's made it
Yeah.
abundantly clear.
Yeah. The main
other-
dude's made it clear and they still are like pushing that.
Right.
I mean, this series has just been I've been saying it. Like it's just been going downhill for me. It really has. It just
it was an
became
interesting
solely
episode.
like a rom-com sort of deal. I mean, not even really like a
So
comedy,
I
don't
am
know.
glad I haven't watched this 5 episodes ago from what supposedly Annie Let's Say. So it sounds like I should just drop it then.
It's good. Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't blame you.
I'm gonna bring this up that was there that we had the whole Cleveland Browns the pop off for. Look, man, it's given me enough, especially with this last episode. We find a
You're
book
also in the
written-
copium? You're also in the copium?
I'm
Crazy.
in the opium because we found a book written by our girl, and it's named like what is it? The LC Project.
Yeah, the LC project.
The LC Project. So that's that book. But I already know that our dumbass main character is gonna go fucking save the picture book. That means fucking nothing. Like I'm just saying, next week when he saves that damn the freaking the picture book, I'm going to be upset. But if he does save the LC project, we can finally learn more about this world. I'll be so interested to know what the hell's going on here.
That will
But
be
That's
so
the biggest
nice.
thing that's keeping me like here right now is the whole mystery.
I just
want to
know. I just wanna
what's
know.
going on. Yeah.
Look, I'll
And,
wait.
like, finding her, or if she even is still,
I'll wait until you
alive
guys
or
watch a bit
whatever.
more by next
Yeah.
week or 2 weeks from now. And if you guys tell me there's still no resolution, excuse me, hiccups. If there's still no resolution, then I'll simply not continue and I'll just drop it then.
Yo, the librarian though.
The librarian coming in looking like Domino from One Piece, the dominatrix
Yo,
comes
yeah,
in
she-
and goes, "My books, bro. She can get it, bro. Damn, I want to be.
Yeah, no,
a
this
book,
episode was on some
dude.
freaky, like
It was on some freaky.
even when her and the other dude were on like the couch, I was like,
Oh,
yo,
bro.
I was like, what is
Dude, feeding her, like just shoved that thing in her mouth, bro. She, like, and the
It was, like,
liquid
dripping
is
down. I was like-
dripping down, and he puts his finger in her cleavage, and it's like, bro, it was freaky, bro.
Yeah, it was freaky. And then that stuff happened with her at the end. Like, right, she's in. She has literally a whip and is like,
She has this latex suit underneath her
Yeah.
freaking business suit, bro. She undid the zipper,
Like,
and
what
you
show am I
saw-
watching?
Bro, Crash would
what is
love
this?
this episode or something.
I
'cause-
don't even
Hey.
know. I'm having a hard time to figure out. Are you guys still talking about the same show, or did I zone out?
like, did we
'Cause
move on? Did we move on? To
Yeah.
another one? Like,
Yeah, I'm here trying to figure out. Like, hold up. Are we just still talking about the same show called Dust Beyond the End of the Universe? Because I'm here trying to figure out where did the librarian
this-
come through? How is she in the latex? Is this cat's eye? Are they having a Charlie's Angels type of secret moment? What's going on here?
Bro, they pulled they dead ass pulled Domino from One Piece. If you don't remember
Yeah.
Impel Down, there's a character
Domino?
named Domino.
You know, it could have also worked Domino from Deadpool. That also works too. That's what I was thinking.
No.
No. Okay, cool.
No.
But I don't remember the
Eh.
Dominator from One Piece. I don't remember now. I need to search.
Oh,
it up.
look her up, bro. She has the
like
yellow
the warden
hair
or something.
Yeah, she's one of the wardens. She has the
warden.
yellow hair with the hat.
Oh, her, the freaky freak one.
She's Dominatrix. That's
Yeah,
why
that was
he's
literally this
called
girl.
Domino.
That was
Oh,
literally this
yeah.
girl.
That was literally the librarian, bro.
I
It was
remember
so
her
good.
when she was trying to touch Boy Hancock in the changing room and everything. Yeah, I remember. Okay.
If our editor, if you guys give your prayers and hopes to our editor, Nate, to show a picture so you guys can see it. Anyway, he's like, I'm not doing that. Anyway, yo, Cat's Eye, speak on it, boys, because I haven't seen it.
Cat's Eye.
I'm about to say,
So,
do we really want to talk about it or wait until it comes back in December? Because I feel like
Bro.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's gonna be a little over a month, but I just wanted to quickly bring up with this episode. It's very quick. Because this was the first episode where one of the girls like kind of took action and did something on her own, because usually we've saw like the three of them working in tandem, but this was not the case with this episode. And this is probably the closest kind of run-in that she's had with Toshio, because obviously he's had chances, but he's epically failed, I feel like, in a lot of his pursuits of Cat's Eye. But yeah, I got a kick out of this because they ended up like both falling into like a hole, like because he was like chasing her. They both fell into a hole, and it was just the two of them down there, and it was a very small space, right? And he, like, the whole thing was like he couldn't see when they were down there, so he easily could have identified who this is. Like, oh, this is the same chick I've been in the freaking cafe with and whatnot. Like, this is who's been Cat's Eye all this time. But no, they pull some BS where he can't see. I don't know if he hit his head or whatever the hell happened, but he couldn't see. And then they were doing this thing where she was like writing out words on his palm, and they were doing some like, they stopped doing that, and then you were hearing her words like in his head, or it was like some telepathy. I don't even know like what. Maybe she was doing the hand thing the whole time, but they were not showing that. But yeah, that was just pretty funny, but also like really stupid.
it sounds like a bit of plot armor, but just to push story along. But also, it's like, why does it sound like she's talking about became cerebral and could just put her thoughts inside his head?
Yeah, it was like I'm sitting there watching it while they're down there. I'm just like, bro, like you're in this super tight space. Even the voice, I don't know. Well, I guess she wasn't talking because she was just doing the hand thing. But yeah, I don't know. It was very goofy, but I don't know. I still have fun moments with the series, but I may forget about a lot of the shit that happened in it. It's gonna be back in like over a month, so
Understandable.
Yeah, just
That's
a quick mention.
my quick thoughts as well to really say that I haven't watched since episode 3. I put wifey on episode 1. We just never gone back to it on the Disney Plus because Cat's Eye is there, but we just never gone back to it. And I really want to watch it with her, but I'm not in no rush because, like you said, it's come back in December, so I could wait until like a week or two before the show comes back on. Binge 2 to 5 with her, or 2 through 6 with her, and then wait until episode 7 drops. For those that don't know, episode 7 drops in February 26th, the day after Christmas, on December 2025. So literally the week of Christmas.
Crazy. Yeah.
That
Like,
is-
thanks for the gift. Thanks for the Christmas gift. You made me wait freaking a month and a half to get more of my
Hey,
show. Like,
but
I guess we should have known this. We should have known this because they did announce it. We just didn't know. We didn't see it. So
Yeah. But you know what you didn't know? We have SANDA episode 7 being released this past week. Was it episode 7? Yeah,
7.
Episode 7.
Yeah,
episode
7.
7.
Yeah.
It's because I haven't seen episode 5 and 6. So that's why I had to correct, because on my thing it says, 2 episodes behind, and then it says episode 8, and I'm like, oh, that's why, it's because I'm still behind. But hey, Nate, how was episode 7 of SANDA? I was trying to catch up today, but I didn't get the chance to.
I feel like this was another really good episode. I feel like there's a lot of kind of moving parts here because now we are finally getting into like that whole thing that had been mentioned before, like with the basement and how they literally have a class that is full of of children that have murdered adults.
What the
That's
fuck?
the whole classroom.
Yeah.
And it's so creepy. It's so weird because they seem happier than anybody else we've seen. in the
Anybody
series.
else in the school?
So it's like,
What the
what? They're all
fuck?
freaking murderers. So like, what the hell is going on in this series? But no, the way like I think they did a good job of just kind of giving you that like uneasy sort of feeling, like being in that classroom. Like I really do think they nailed that really well. So that was something I did appreciate with this episode, for sure. And just how tough it was on Sanda, like in this episode, because obviously like the whole thing with Santa and with the children, right? Like he wants to listen to them and do what, do what he can for them essentially, right? And they're making these requests of him, and he's like trying so hard like to pretty much to not, fulfill these requests, right? But like
They're
um
asking for the impossible, really. Like,
yeah. So like I did like that kind of mental, like, or that dilemma, I guess, for Sanda in this episode. Also there's something weird going on with Ono. That was a very brief scene.
yeah,
But right when Fuyumura left, we saw it. Like it wasn't happening when she was in the room, because obviously we know there's like the relationship with them, and like the whole, obviously with her growing up and her like even her breasts, right? Like they're getting bigger and whatnot. She's growing up. That's kind of what they've been hitting on. So like, is this an effect of that? Or it was like literally the instant Fuyumura left the room is when it happened. So is it just tied with kind of their
it kind of reminded me of the
relationship?
principal.
Yeah, the principal. Yeah, literally like
And
how
I'm
he
kind of
looks.
worried, like,
Like, is
what
she just gonna rapidly age and just be looking like that old lady we we seen, or even the principal, I guess you could say as well?
Oh,
Like,
hold
is that
on,
something
brother.
that we're about to?
Bro, the principal was
Yeah.
97 years old.
Yeah, so I don't know what's really going. They obviously we didn't really get any answers. We can kind of guess, or maybe try to guess, but something's definitely going on with her. That was a big deal. Also, we had I really appreciated this stuff with the I think his name's Amaya, I think, because he was
yeah.
trying to protect, kind of look out for Sanda in this episode after everything that just transpired, previously. So I do want to kind of give a shout out to him. He was
W friend.
yeah, didn't last, but
Yeah.
it was nice to see him, try and look out for Sanda, especially after,
Just a little
from his
bit.
perspective, what he's done. So, but yeah, Grem, what did you think? I know. Also the entrance that they made, we have Fuyumura specifically. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
Sorry, I knocked. Nobody answered.
I knocked, nobody answered, and then freaking Amaya just pops in.
I'll come back next week,
Yeah.
chat, with my thoughts about something.
He's like, sorry for intruding.
No, this it actually got me thinking. So I stepped away a second ago, and I was thinking in my head the whole time. I was like, wait a second, that's class year 2, class 10, and Sanda only knew about class 2 up to classes 1 through 5. Does that mean there's 4 more classes full of criminals?
Murders.
And no, I'm guessing class 10 is the murderers, right?
Oh,
Like,
you're saying it could just be other.
are they like different varying degrees of crime in each of the classes we don't know about? Which is just insane, by the way. I mentioned how horrible this world would be to be in, but this is just insanity, really. And we get to see, of course, the old lady tell Sanda that, hey man, if you want me to train you, if you want to learn, if you want to cure this school, you have to face these kids most of all. Like, you have to face these kids.
Bro's a mentor? I didn't know that. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to develop from this. I'm surprised that Sanda hasn't just given them coal or something, because they're obviously on the naughty list, guys.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why he's I get that he's Santa and he wants to fulfill their wishes, but these kids are obviously the naughty list, right? Just give them coal, you'll feel better, right?
Yeah.
Like, am I thinking too like basic
No.
about this? Because like that's how my mind works, bro. These are not good kids. These are not the kids you have to satisfy. You just give them coal. That's my opinion. I don't know, but it was a good episode of Sanda. It really, like I said, it touches on the fact that because of declining birth rates, that these kids are basically bulletproof. They can do whatever the hell they want. That's a terrifying concept, and it's proven here. There's a classroom with 8 or 9 kids in it that have straight up killed people, and they carry weapons to school like it's normal. and they asked Sanda for his thumbs, which is insane. Like, so
what are you gonna do with my thumbs?
what are you gonna do with my thumbs? Also, I didn't see the cat anywhere. Where's the cat? Hello, where's the keychain? The whole reason he's here.
The whole reason, yeah.
The
They
whole
didn't even
reason he's even here.
Yeah, that is actually that you mentioned that. They didn't even like when he got there, I feel like they didn't even really
No.
like Sanda wasn't like, oh, where is it? Like trying
I
to look around.
think he
or
was
anything.
too focused. I think he was too focused on what the old lady told him, that he has to face these kids.
Yeah.
So, and which is, for the record, I respect the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
yeah.
good.
Also, the other thing I forgot that I wanted to mention was we saw more like with the principal and kind of him getting praised and him like what that actually did to his body after that. Yeah, so that was like he doesn't give a shit about the children. He just really cares about his own, himself really, and his like agenda, his goal.
It's really despicable.
So, yeah. So like the way that a lot of these children have turned out is probably a product of him, or like he has to do have a big deal with it. It could be a bigger kind of thing because like we've talked about like just a societal thing with how this series, just how this world, it seems like is set up. Like they made that clear towards the beginning, right? That it's okay for children to kill adults. So so yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, this is another pretty good episode, I must say. I agree.
Sanda just doesn't miss. What can I say?
Yeah, it's been great.
It always be giving. It always throws the presents to you. I try.
Fair enough. Moving on to Gnosia. I think I'm the only one caught up right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go very quick with this. Bro, Among Us update just released. Guardian Angel is now a role. Our boy gets the GA role and he doesn't know what to do. He's like, well, let's see. Well, this is the engineer and that's the fake engineer, surely. If that's the fake engineer, then I have to protect the real engineer because the fake engineer is going to kill the real one. Because even if they get revealed as being the fake engineer, that will protect the other two Gnosia, which means, I should protect the real engineer. I protected the real engineer. Yes, bro, it's an Among Us game. It's hilarious. He got outmaneuvered by Rockio at the end. Because Rockio, all he had to do is be like, yeah, by the way, I'm the real guardian angel all along. And the reason I know we got it wrong is because I protected the fake one that we just killed. And you have no way to prove me wrong. He's like, but I did it. No, I'm the one. And he's like, bullshit, you just claimed it because I claimed it, which means you must be fake. And then he got released through the airlock, beep, 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 beep. This was not an imposter. And we had to reset. And now there's a dolphin? Huh? Bro, the way these new characters are insane.
Yeah.
We have a dude.
I remember in the lineup.
A cat. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that whole ordeal.
How do we have a
just like
how do we have a dolphin?
the lineup of the characters, there like it felt like there was like 30 people in there, like in the OP when we saw it. I'm just like, how many freaking, like I was not expecting that. For there to be like so many characters, but it also is something that I kind of like I think helps, right? Like different personalities coming in, different kind of mindsets. I feel like it keeps it fresh, because that was kind of one of my worries with this series, is that it would get repetitive, and like even you mentioned like how they've been kind of adding some of these other things. It does help kind of keep it fresh with the series, instead of just kind of the same thing, the same setup happening every time. So I think that has kept it enjoyable.
Yeah, it's interesting that every episode is basically a game of Among Us, which is entertaining. We got a girl that doesn't talk. Did someone do Dragon? Did they get caught faking Dragon?
That's crazy.
For all of you that don't know, that's a Disguised Toast clip, one of his most viral. Anyway, yeah, it was a good episode. I really like it. I just can't wait for my friends to watch it so we can talk about it more thoroughly.
I'll be cut up fully next week.
Romance comedy slice of life. I'm gonna take the reins here because there's 3 of these that I'm the only one watching, so I'm gonna do a little bit of talking. One Dance. we get a competition. And as you may have seen in the thumbnail and in the picture, I don't know if it's on, I think it's on the audio feed as well. But what I'm gonna end up using for my thumbnail is them posted up. It's really cool. With Wanda and our boy looking like they're enjoying dancing, and it really convinced the judge that they should win, but he has to be impartial. But like, also they're so good. But like, also I have to be impartial. But like, anyway, it's a lot of fun. The animation's not getting much better with the dances, and I know that the complaint is that it's not real dancing. But I really love Wanda and her weird idiosyncrasies. Like this episode, she had her leg bent at the knee, and she was tapping on her foot, like the bottom of her foot. It was really strange. Like she's like, but I feel all floaty. I gotta feel something so I'm not all floaty, because she's all nervous. And I don't know. It's cute. It's a lot of fun, you know. Moving on from that, A Star Brighter Than the Sun. We get to play. They're doing Alice in Wonderland. They're doing it in English, so there's a lot of funny English going on, which is fun.
That's always
yeah, always a good time with English. There is, we get a lot of the English. We get him, our main boy, kind of like really appreciating our girl and being like, hey, like, I really appreciate everything you've done. You've helped me. You got me so much better with this. I'm so happy with this. I'm like, I appreciate that you're doing this for me. I really like this. And they're getting a lot closer. But then also there's there's his friend, the white-haired kid, who's also getting close to our main girl, and he may be feeling kind of jealous, and the main guy may be feeling kind of jealous. It's a whole thing. There's a love triangle going on. It's getting interesting. I can't wait until our two main characters actually speak to one another, because then they would know that they're madly in love with each other, and they would just start dating.
They haven't even spoken to each other?
They haven't spoken to each other really, because they're childhood friends who have always been friends, and they're
What the hell? You 7 episodes in and not fucking talk to each other?
They're not talking. It's different. They're not talking to each other like, hey, the guy I like is you. And she's like,
you're saying opening up more, like they
opening up more, like, yeah, but it's like,
do they still like genuinely
yeah, they talk. Yeah, they talk every episode.
I was about to say, like, do they not even communicate with each other at all?
No, they talk. They just don't communicate about the important stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's anime. They're like,
yeah.
It's the obvious, like, oh, I have a crush on a girl right now. Really? Yeah, I have a crush on a boy right now. And they both look dejected at that. It's like, no, you dumbasses, it's each other. Don't be dejected. This works. Be happy because you like each other, damn it. It's that type of thing, you know? I don't know what Boss Man's doing over there. He's dancing.
I just took that too literally, and I got like scared for a second. I was like, "You're telling me you're still watching this show?" Like, it's because if I was watching something where they haven't even talked to each other much, like, or at all in 7 episodes, like, what the hell are we doing? That would be some experience.
That would be horrendous, is what that would be. Moving on to Mechanical Mari again. You know, I'm the only one watching. You know, who says they love romance? Where are they at? Oh, just me? Okay.
They're not here.
By the way, not yet for me though. I will be watching Mechanical Mari like I promised, so maybe next week.
Okay.
They're not freaking here.
Yeah, right. Mechanical Mari was a lot of fun. We get introduced to Arthur's friend, who isn't really his friend and has always been his number one op, who's kind of a dick. He's kind of trying to like take everything away from Arthur and make him miserable. And it really kind of sucks, because even Arthur's like, no, but he really is my best friend though. Like, as much as he's kind of a jerk and like he's doing all this horrible stuff, he is like, the only time I've ever felt like I really belonged was when he was pretending to be my friend. So as much as like he's kind of mean right now, I value that friendship we had. And it's really hard, because that's something I can see happening in real life. Like you have a friend that was like super good friend, and maybe there were some bad intentions, and maybe he betrayed you in the end, but you still get that like, but he was such a good friend before that, you know? So I feel that for him, and yeah, Mari doesn't feel that. Mari kind of just wants to kill the dude, which is it's like, you hurt my Arthur. Which is nice. It was really cute moments. We do the classic cavalry battle in a sports in one of the sports festivals, and of course Mari wins. So it was a really good episode overall. Ranma, did you watch the Ranma episode this week?
No,
Well, again,
trust
hey, look,
me, I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush for that.
He said that he'd
Ranma,
rather
we got
fall
some
asleep.
real development. We got some real development.
And did they kiss?
We got not that.
Did they fuck?
Did they fuck? No, we got Akane really being honest with about her feelings with Ranma and being like, hey, it really hurt that you went on this date with Shampoo. I understand how much it meant to you, but it really hurt. And like, I was really happy when you came to help me. And it does kind of get undermined at the very end by Shampoo and the dojo challenger, with him having, rather than ripping up the instant spring, which he did, he made a show of it, being like, wow, you really thought I was that type of person? You really thought I would play with your feelings like that? And she's like, no, I didn't mean it. I'll do anything. And the whole interaction there. But it felt like there was some real development there. It felt like Akane finally really said how she feels and really opened up, like truthfully to Ranma about, hey, like, it really hurt when you didn't do this, and it really made me feel really good that you came and helped, even if you had this writing on it. I'm trying to be vague because I do want Nate to still watch this. But they really opened up to each other. It was really nice. It does, like I said, it does kind of get undermined again. I want to see it stay though, because as much as Akane, like, it undermined it a bit, Akane didn't take it back. She didn't take it back. She didn't hit him. She didn't do the normal angry thing. She let it sit there, and she's like, I said what I said, like I meant it. And Ranma said what he said, and he really did mean it too. So I'm interested in seeing if the progression sticks this time, or if it becomes episodic and they ignore it next episode. We can hope that it stays, and I personally do hope it stays, because it was really good progression. But yeah, solo camping for 2. I want to talk about this, and because there was this animation, this really funny animation choice that they made in this episode when they were eating this particular piece of food, and they drank the beer afterward, and it's the normal right. Instead of that, we got like bro. Me and Nate were watching this together.
Busted, bro. Like,
He busted, bro. We played it back like 8 times.
yeah.
Drop was in the call. Drop watched the video with us, and he's like, "Wait, did he just bust?" It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so strange. Oh man, it was
That's
a lot
of this
fun.
series, though. I feel like there's like a lot of noticeable like production issues. Like for this series, it's, to me, it's like whatever. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
this is always like a relaxing, nice time. Like
Oh, it's
even
always
just
fun.
even again, like there was some nice character, I feel like, kind of reflection for him in this episode too. Kind of, thinking about the, with our girl
been a
Shizuku,
year.
like with the effect that kind of, yeah, it's been a year, and like the effect that she's had on him, and like him kind of like realizing to himself, or thinking to himself, like, maybe I have, been changing. I did like that content, and just obviously the two of them, being together, and how they were going in depth. Again, really going in depth on how to stay warm, right, during camping, depending on obviously where you're at and the the weather, and things like that. Like breaking that down, I feel like could be very
Like, I
useful
didn't
for people.
know.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
people that are very useful or are interested in camping. This information we got in this episode would be very useful. For
Like,
sure.
apparently, did you know, guys, that there's actually 3 different types of camping, like sleeping bags? There's cold weather bags, there's hot weather bags, there's
It's rainy, right?
there's rainy weather bags, and then there's all purpose, which are supposed to cover for all 3, but they're super bulky, so you may not want those. It's really interesting because I've went camping one time with gear like sleeping bags, and we just have we have 3
That's not something
sleeping
you think
bags.
about. Just
Yeah.
like, bro, I just want a sleeping bag. Like
Yeah,
you're
I
not
just
thinking
want a
about
sleeping
like
bag, you
what
know?
kind of sleeping
No, but
bag,
it's
right?
smart
Like,
because it helps you think in the aspect. Like, for example, like, we heard stories, people climbing and having an adventure to Mount Everest. So like, hey, we don't know the process, but those people have probably had to think all-purpose bag, what type of stuff to wear, what stuff to bring, because they're going camping for not just one day, but it's for a couple of days, because those climbs or whatever type of adventure takes time to do.
Yeah.
They also went into another thing that I didn't even think about, is that no matter how good your sleeping bag is, if you are sleeping on a cold surface, it will make the sleeping bag colder. And it's like, oh, so maybe, those cots, I don't know if you've ever seen it's just a really thin piece of like fabric,
Like the military,
the military cots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That those are really good for camping because
To elevate
they keep
off the
you
ground.
elevated off the ground, which would make you so much warmer. Just that, which is like, really, I did not even think about it like that. Just a whole bunch of really interesting things. I always learn more with this show. I really love it. And then of course that one scene where he actually, like, it looked like he actually nutted, and it was really fun.
Yeah. It was a nice episode. Always a fun chill time.
Always fun.
But all right.
Again, hey guys, I dominate this entire section.
Oh,
Let's
hey,
go, because
chat.
I'm the only one watching this.
No, I believe he's also watching
What,
Yano-kun.
Yano-kun?
Yeah, I believe he's
Yeah, I'm watching
Yano-kun as
Yano.
well.
You're watching Yano-kun? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Look at that. Tell me
In this
this
episode,
episode.
the previous episode I was gassing up, like episode
he
6,
was.
because I was like,
Right.
okay, yeah, I really enjoyed it, right? Especially like how they were
Yeah.
open and honest with each other. But then you come into this episode, and it's like it feels like we took a couple steps back. I don't know. 'Cause-
Damn,
Okay,
I hate
I
it
don't
when that
think it's
happens.
a couple episodes back. I think it's a realistic thing for kids that it's their first time dating. What?
Yeah, but
is
him,
dating? What
he's
does it
so
even
oblivious. But he's like so oblivious,
mean?
like,
And so is she. So is she. She didn't get advice from a middle schooler. She's like,
yeah,
what
I was
is
like, okay, you're getting advice from your little sister's friend. Like, what is
Well,
that?
I mean, have you? Okay, think back to when we were kids. Okay, maybe not us. Maybe we have too much television and stuff that like tells us, hey, this is what dating is and what it means. But I don't know. When I was a kid, it was like, what is dating? Like, what does that entail? Like, I like you. I want to be with you. But what does that entail? Does that mean like we start holding hands? Does that mean like we go to the movies together? Like, what does that mean?
That's a good
And
point.
I felt like it's a really realistic thing, because as adults, when we're thinking of dating, we're thinking of going to the movies, going out for dinner, going back to somebody's place, what all that entails, right? But as kids, what do you do? As kids, especially on their first like experience dating, what do you do? Is it just the holding hands, and are you content with that? Is it going to movies? Is it trying to figure out go to dinner or something? Is it like, what does that entail? And it's really cool. Maybe a little childish, but it makes a lot of sense that they like each other. They just don't know what that means.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good perspective. I fuck with that.
That's a fair point. I just feel like, I don't know, after especially the previous episode, maybe I shouldn't have expected, especially with how their characters have been so far. But more so Yano, it was more so like his kind of thing, from his perspective, because I was just thinking, like, after the previous episode, like, okay, you know, they're gonna go do the normal things, but like the fact that they did hit on that, like, that is a valid point, right? That they're kind of hitting on what does that actually entail? Like, what does that mean for their age? I just don't know. Like, just the whole, like, even his conversation with Hashibo and even how Hashibo was seeing it, he was just like, are they dating? Like,
They
are they a
dating?
thing?
Like,
Like,
what's
it just
going
sounds like
on?
they're friends, you know? Like, they just been, but they are a unique couple. I mean, we did see them go on a date in this episode, you know. So
That's progress.
it's
I would
nice.
say that's progress.
I feel like it is the series, especially coming off of the last episode. It is still, you know, trending in a pretty good direction. So
For sure.
yeah, this episode, it was cute. It was cute. Although, like, I still kind of stand by, like, it does feel like to me, I don't know, maybe I was expecting too much, but I'm just like,
Hey, at least you're not on that
kinda
crash type beat.
the-
They didn't
would that
go
be,
to
like-
the house yet. Oh.
it's more so Yano, because I still feel like our girl, like, she's more, I feel like, kind of aware than I feel like just Yano's more oblivious. That is like his personality, but I don't know.
It
But-
feels like Yano's like we're best friends, not we're
Yeah,
dating.
Yeah,
And
to
I
him,
understand the frustration with that.
yeah. But also, like, girls, I feel like especially are more like, they're more vocal about that kind of thing and gossiping
Right.
about that kind of stuff, and they're more usually in the know. I feel like, especially at that age, like, they know kind of, or they feel like they know or have an idea.
They
of
read
kind of
all the
what-
shoujo manga.
yeah.
They
watch all the shows and all the, like, you know. So guys, I feel like aren't really the same in that regard, like, especially when you're younger, you know.
Thank
But-
you. Those were the words. When you're younger.
Yeah,
when you're younger.
I was gonna defend that. I was gonna be like, yo, when you're younger, when you get older, you get that
Yeah.
manifestation of growth.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it was a nice episode.
It was a nice episode. I think it's trending the right way. I understand your problems with it, but I have faith in it. My awkward senpai. Oy.
Ooh, we met the
It's pretty
mother. That's a
awkward.
big deal. That's a big.
No,
it was
the
pretty
cousin.
awkward.
It was the cousin or the sister. Shortly. There's no way
Surely.
that's the mom. the way our boy
Valid
says
though.
that,
I would
he's
have
like,
probably thought the same thing.
Dude,
honestly.
she looks so young.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
mother
when did
is
she
like-
have a kid at 12? Like, oh my
yeah, when did
God.
she have you? Like,
Oh
my
my,
goodness.
she is so young.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, it was a good episode. They went out to dinner. They finally told each other that, hey, I'm a gamer. Me too. Oh my god.
Final
which was
Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
They actually mentioned it,
Wait,
which
they
I was
did?
kind of
By
They
name.
did?
They name
By
dropped it.
Full
By
name? Not fake
Yeah.
name saying, you know, final.
fake
well,
name.
No,
the,
wow.
the exact full name. They said, I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I could have sworn they both looked at the camera going, hi, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Quick plug. Pay us extra.
Quick
Square
plug.
Enix, PlayStation. Thank you very
Squeenix,
much.
we love you. Which actually, is Squeenix helping produce this? Is that what's going on?
I was just about to check
'Cause
that
that
right
would
now.
make a lot of
I was about to
sense.
check that. Go ahead. You can continue speaking. I'll
They
let
are
you
a
know.
producer. They are a
They are
producer.
there you go.
They are a
We
producer.
cracked the code. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, they both agree that, hey, the areas are so big and massive and there's so much stuff to do that they're trying to do the main story, but they get distracted all the time. which honestly, as a gamer, like, I feel that, bro. Main story, I'll do that, I promise. But like, have you looked over in this nook, in this cranny?
That's me. I will do the side missions first before going
Right.
to the main story. And the main story, I'm
Always.
supposed to be only level 25, but then somehow I got to level 35
You're
by
like
the time I
level
got to
50.
yeah, to the main mission. Yeah,
Dude,
level
that was
35.
me. That was me. And I feel like I'm usually not that kind of person. I feel like I'm usually the person that like I'm trying to go and get into the next kind of like engagement or the next fight or like, but like Elden Ring for me like was a lot different because like even when I first started playing it, like I saw that.
Well, you
world
also
and I'm
had
just
all
like,
your friends, you know?
Yeah.
but like even they like even like everyone else, they're like, wait, you didn't get here yet, or you didn't do this yet. I'm just like, bro, I'm looking at every nook and cranny of this damn map. Like I came out them doors and I saw Limgrave. And I'm just like, this shit looks beautiful, bro. Like, I want to explore every freaking bit of this map. Like, I just got
It's
hooked.
awesome.
And
Yeah. I understand you. When I play Uncharted or any game, I'll go to the corner of the wall. If I see on the map that I cannot cross this, I make sure that I go to the corner, make sure there's no extra gold or a little key thing that I'm gonna find out later that I don't need to come back to this map. The worst thing is that when you're playing a game that tells you by the end of the story or something that you need to
You're
find
supposed to
100
have
boxes,
these many things,
and you only found like 97 out of
99,
100, and you'd be like, piece of shit, I look everywhere, where the fuck were you hiding? Or you found 3 mystery boxes out of 4, I'm like, where the fuck are you the 4th one? And you gotta redo the whole shit. Like, yo, that should be stressful. You'd be mad at how so annoying the anime kind of mentions that. You'd be like, I feel you, I can relate.
I feel you so much. It reminds me of Claire Obscure. There's a level you drop in, and if you turn around, there's a secret right there. It's just because you get dropped at a very specific location. You turn around, there's a waterfall underneath it. There's a freaking a picto, and you're like, really? Right there at the start of the game? Like it's so good. But nah, Awkward Senpai. We get to meet the mom. They have a discussion, and our boyo, our Kohai Kun, gets told, "Hey, if she talks in her dialect to you, that means she really trusts you." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, doki doki."
That was like a big deal with the
Yeah.
episode. Yeah. To kind of have that, and obviously her hearing hearing a lot of their conversation too, because I was gonna be like kind of pissed, you know, like
Yeah.
if that was all being discussed between the two of them, and then like maybe he didn't kind of explain that, or it gets explained at another point or something like that. But the fact that she heard it or like took it in was
Yeah.
good. Like, even if she didn't come back and join them, but like,
it
how do
was
you
the
come back
best
in
thing.
with that timing? I don't know.
Right? The best thing, we were watching this together. This is one of the episodes we watched together. And I was like, oh my God, I swear to God, if we do not hear what the mom just told him, I'm going to be so mad. I was like, I hate that. I need to know what was said. And then literally like the next scene we hear it, it's like, oh, thank God. Like, you know, because that's always the lore that you want, you know, the thing that the mom drops. So it's like, I need to know.
Yeah, I hate when shows do that when
I hate it. They leave it for a couple
them
episodes.
tell a character something, you don't hear it, you don't see it, and then it comes back at another point. Maybe it could be in the same episode, or it could be episodes later, and they come back to that. And maybe sometimes you forget that, like, oh, like, yeah, that was a scene that happened. Like, this is what was said there. But yeah, it was a nice episode. I feel like, you know, in a way, like our boy kind of having the, you know, mom's blessing, I guess you would say, in a way, for sure. But also just from his perspective to kind of get that with Azusa and how she actually, you know, trusts him and feels about him was like obviously
Really
a big
does,
deal.
yeah.
And I feel like this is going to be, I feel like a big kind of thing for their development going forward. So yeah, I did.
Right.
Yeah, progression. I did enjoy this episode for sure. Even with the dogs being out and all.
Dude, okay, no, I wanted to bring this up, and I appreciate you bringing it up because I was about to. So I sent a picture of this episode. I sent it to Neko, our resident girl in the cast, right? And I'm like, what the hell are these shoes? And she sent me the real life version of them, and I said, no, that's wrong. That's not what they animated. Look again. And she goes, wait, actually, yeah, what the hell is that?
Like, you had like one or two toes sticking out.
She
Wait,
had
what?
the big toe and like the middle toe sticking out.
Can you send
I
me a
was like,
screenshot
what
too?
the hell, bro? Bro, I'll send it to you. It is the weirdest picture. I'm just like, what is that shoe? It made me actually like pause it and look and be like, what the fuck is that? Which is just, you know, funny little thing. It's not really a big deal. But yeah, moving on from that, Isekai Fantasy. Digimon Beat Break.
I'm gonna just say that is a weird design of a shoe. I don't know what reference. I've seen some shoe designs like that, but not many like that. So interesting. But
Yeah.
Digimon Beat
dogs
Break.
are out.
Isekai Fantasy. Vanguard gave 100% to that fact. We here for Digimon, and look, Digimon, solid episode, nothing too crazy. The only reason I say that is because it's Digimon by the story B of getting to know the rest of your crew, and you getting close to each other, so you could slowly get the emotional attachment to your Digimon, and you finally have them evolve from a regular small one of Gekkomon into a champion, and then from champion to ultimate, or is it ultimate to champion? I always get that confused always, but either or, one or the other. And that's the coolest part. Right now in this episode, we find out our main type of mentor or older brother figure, he seems to be like kind of giving his blood away, or his energy, or his the e-charge, right? No, the e-pulse. The e-pulse away, yeah. And he has his own house, and it seems like a house to kind of be the sanctuary of where the other Digimons are, the past and present, the ones that haven't really found a new home. So that's kind of cool, I would say.
I actually didn't get to the newest episode. So I don't have. I
made an active decision to not watch this episode. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Anyway, pass the monster meat, my lady. Have you watched this episode yet, boss man?
Pass the monster meat? Hell yeah! This is one of the animes I always check out consistently. What you mean? Of course.
Yes.
What do you think about this episode?
I was kind of lobbing it to you to talk about it,
Oh, well, we'll say about this episode. It was a very emotional episode for our girl. I forgot her name. Melfi, I'm gonna call it for short.
Yeah.
It was emotional to understand that her future husband, her future fiance, may go down the same route that our guy. The same route that her husband might go down, like her mother, and he's okay accepting that. And I could relate a lot to this because people always say that you would die for your partner, but she said, "I appreciate that, hubby. I appreciate that. Great advice." But can we change the terminology that you're trying to tell me? Can you live for your partner? Can you strive to somehow survive, somehow one way or another, still survive no matter what? And that's what she was trying to kind of have the reinsurance for him. And I appreciate that, kind of having him open his eyes to understand like there's more to life than just sacrificing yourself for the village, for the town, for the kingdom. There's also the partner that you're about to lose, the person that you just proposed to, the person that you're engaged to. So I found that very beautiful for their conversation. And also now the way that we're about to fight a good 80 birds in the air. It seems like it, that they're about to just fight against 80 versus 10. It seems like it, maybe. So it's going to be interesting how they survive next episode. But I don't think nobody's going to die. If they do, probably one person. But I trust his knights, and I trust them to survive.
All right. Yeah, this does kind of, I brought it up a couple weeks ago, but this kind of touches on the trauma that she carries with how her mother went out and how her mother was always prepared to die and prepared to take the risk and prepared to do all of these dangerous things. She was absorbing so much power that it just didn't have any way to go out. And it really highlights that he's going through a similar thing, and he's putting himself in the line of like fire to protect the entire kingdom, even if the entire kingdom doesn't even know about it, which is really, it really feels like he's trying to martyr himself, and that feels bad. And she, yeah, like you said, slaps him out of it and says, no, live for me. I will live for you. Yeah. But we will live. I will protect you. You will protect me. But do not go into this ready to die. Do not ever go into something ready to die. Be ready to live. And that change of mindset is very small, but it means so much.
It means so much as well for him and us, the audience, finding out that he's also a prince, and he chose to sacrifice that and become a duke of a whole part of the nation, part of the kingdom, so he could have control, because he knows that he has the best attributes to make sure that there's results in this
Well, yeah,
type of
he
section.
martyred himself for his brother. He, like I said, he took the bullet for his brother. He said, "There's a faction forming behind me to take over, and there's a faction forming for you. It's going to cause a civil war. It's going to cause unrest in the capital. Let's nix that right now, and I'll become the Duke Galderbrith, and everything that entails." And his brother's like, "That's
Smart.
his brother." Kind of resolved himself and's like, "I don't like that. But if you're gonna do that, then I have to do this." And that's why his brother is known as such a good king, because he took control of a situation that was quickly dwindling during the famine that was going on. He took control of the situation at like 12 and turned the entire kingdom around and brought it back from the like clutches of defeat, basically, and brought it back. So it's like, fair enough. Like he deserves that respect. He really did govern. He really did turn it around when his dad kind of failed and got sick and was taken out of the picture. And he took the mantle. He did something he didn't want to do, and so did our boy, the Duke. He also did that. Aristide did that as well. He took the bullet and became the Duke in order to be that wall, the wall that protects humanity, as Attack on Titan would say, right? That's what he did. And it really shows both of their trauma a little bit more.
I do agree. That was a beautiful conversation. If we have no more to say about this show, I would love to say a big honorable mention as well for the show of A Gather's Adventure in an Isekai. Very wholesome, enjoyable show that's straightforward. It gives me the vibe of a bit of down water version of Slime, just more of a chill version instead of a bigger cast. It went from like Slime, for example, it's like a 30+ cast into like a 5-7 cast members, and almost as simpler in that version. And by the way, a big shout out to Wifey. She said when she was watching me watch Farming Life in Another World, she also said that show reminds her of Slime, which I see the resemblance, so I get it.
In terms of like building like a kind of like
the village and the town and the people in there,
just like how it all came together and the different like working like parts of it and
how each person had their own job, their own roles. So at first I didn't see it, but then now that she spoke on it, by the time I got to the end, I'm like, you know what, I see the vision, I see what you're talking about, them working together, each of them have their own job, so totally understandable. But the other shout I want to give, because it's not really much to talk about. I don't know if Grem wants to talk more shade about it, but the status of an assassin obviously exceeds a hero. Solid episode, but it was more of a build-up or setup for the next one is what I felt like. So not to me much to talk about. It was more of kind of accepting power and trying to bring somebody else into the fight, and then trying to tease for the big fight coming up in this new episode 9, in this new episode 7.
Yeah, I literally forgot what happened.
I just feel like for me it wasn't. I didn't even want to talk. I want to say want, but like, I guess so. But there wasn't really anything jumping out to me about this episode. Really
Exactly. That's why I'm saying we don't need to talk. That's why I don't need to talk about it. I trying to mention, hey, this is more of a setup for next episode. Cool stuff happened, cool moments, but that's about it. That's why I want to give it a quick honorable mention about the show itself. Other than that, because I know we have the 3 other things to talk about. Chat, I know about the Disney Twisted Wonderland. Haven't seen the last 2, so I can't really talk about it. But I'll do my best to catch up for the next one to talk about episode 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Can you give any thoughts about that, Graham, or you haven't watched either?
Okay, so the past couple episodes have been, hey, go get this rock so you're not expelled. They went and got the rock and they're not expelled.
Okay, so you guys heard that conversation when it comes to that. Great. But the one that I really want to give a highlight on, I don't know how you guys feel, is a wild last boss appear. Episode 8.
I wanted to talk about this.
Love it that we're on the same page. So this is pretty interesting. Let's just put it down.
It's straight up confirmation that the blue-haired chick is the blonde chick.
Yes.
They are the same person. She is one of the demons. No, it is straight up confirmation. It is not kind of no, it is straight up confirmation.
Yo, in my head, my wife was watching with me because I I was doing the Leo meme. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was annoyed because I was just like, yo, what's going on? Like there's some bullshit. Like this blonde haired girl looks like the blue hair, but then I love how fucking the boss Lufasa, she literally just brought a whole line. She said, "Yo, we're gonna interrogate you. You are literally in our memory banks, but then it seems like we don't know you.
You're
but
not.
Then,
you're not in our memory banks. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like the robot literally does not remember you, which is insane because the robot should remember you.
yeah, like that's a person that has a whole data of a memory. That is literally her job and role. She literally has a file system for that, and she does not cognitively know you in her memory bank. Now you're questionable, and that's what makes it. Like, how is it that your teleportation is like X-Gate? But the reason I questioned the blue hair girl is because by the previous episode, she said that she was waiting for somebody. So I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then who you waiting for? But then when you said that he never arrived, that connects. But then Lufusa, when she was trying to put things together, she said it that if the android didn't stop Jupiter, that means Jupiter was supposed to be a blue hair girl, and then he was supposed to go to the white wing angels. But then why didn't Lufusa question that more? Like, wait a minute, why was he supposed to meet you, Jupiter? To the blue hair girl, why was he supposed to meet you? But she kind of just glossed over that, and I'm like, no, you should have questioned that more.
Yeah, it feels like there's something going on with Lufasa's memories because even she didn't realize, wait a second, there's only one teleportation spell in this entire game and it's X-Gate. How the hell is she using X-Gate? Like that didn't click until this episode, which is a strange thing for it to happen. There's something going on with Lufasa's memories. Whether blue-haired girl has been messing with them to begin with. I think her name is Dina. So
wait.
maybe Dina's been messing with the memories.
So
Maybe that's what's going on.
I have a theory for you guys. I have a question. Do we think, because when the blue hair girl turns to the blonde chick, she looks like Lufasa without the wings?
I think that's character design. I don't think that's
Character
anything.
design could be, but I'm just throwing that theory. It could be a red herring. It could be thrown off. But what happened is Lufa before she got re-brought back, but then this is a version or a alternative version of her because of the game version plus the person that died, that actually got ISEKAI. So could it be either or? I don't know. It's just like you look a lot. I like our MC. A bit questionable, and why does he want to take it? I don't know. It's a bit questioning. Is it red herring? I don't know.
I will say I didn't watch this episode, but there is at the end of I think it's in the opening, there's like two Lufuses.
Yeah,
like,
you see?
Yeah, in the OP.
That's
Yeah.
true.
No, I don't think that's the case. I could be completely wrong though.
Hey, we have 4 episodes left to tell us in the next coming weeks, so only time will tell. Any last thoughts? If not, we can move to our last thing.
I heard the light novel is really good for this.
Oh, really?
I haven't read it.
Same.
I haven't read it. Yeah.
Okay.
May I ask for one final thing? Episode 8. I feel like the biggest thing for me I wanted to mention with this episode, I guess, is like the reveal. The reveal with the goddess Palmia and how she is like using this girl as like a vessel, I guess. And the way that happened, very like brutal. Pretty much the snap of a finger. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna go strike this random Japanese person with lightning. Like that was pretty messed up.
I need your soul.
Yeah,
die.
Get over here.
Like I just start thinking like, man, what if that's something that's happening in our world? Like people, like when the rare occurrence that does happen, like what ends it, like maybe there's some shit happening with that person's soul, or who knows, bro.
Imagine God was getting mad.
Some ancient aliens shit or something.
But just funny the way that God told us, like, yeah, she's jealous because I've been giving people powers or some bullshit, and that's why she took matters in her own hands. And I'm like, she deadass just chose to fuck shit up, like that, like really? She just deadass just chose, like, you know what? Let me just fuck up the whole world in this, and just because I'm jealous. Jealousy could do some crazy things.
Which now it seems like what our girl is gonna have some kind of new, was it time power or some kind of like time altering or like
Well,
she already has the time power. She got it upgraded.
upgraded.
Oh, okay.
And she got
Yeah.
her power reset where she doesn't have the black hair no more on her beautiful silver hair now, so she's all cleaned up in a way. So kind of works
I
out.
think he just upgraded her power and it's like, yeah, the after
so
effects
she
aren't
just got
there anymore.
buffed. She got buffed essentially.
Yeah, she got buffed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I saw all the punching bags. I'm just like, okay, like.
Yeah.
Also, I did get a kick out of the scene where I forget the dude's name, but he was like hitting on her or whatever, and she like obviously team rocketed him, and then she said,
Dang.
"Try again" or something from birth. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, and I love how
She said you would have to be born again to fucking even have a chance. It's like
I love how the
crazy.
guardian, the girl's protecting her. Like, don't worry, that's why I'm here. And then I'm like, sure, you're about to get beat up in 0.3 seconds. And then she literally got swing up in a 2, 3, 5 hit combo. And I'm like, I love it. Yes. I just love seeing her giving the hands. It's just enjoyable. I look
The
forward
only
to
thing I
every time.
want to talk about this series is, guys, watch the dub. It's freaking so
I've been
good.
preaching that. Hell yes. Thank you for being on it.
I watched the dub this week because I was catching up, but I was also watching a friend play a game that we're both playing. So I was like, I'm just going to throw this on. Oh, wait, there's a dub option. Nice. So I put the dub on and I was like, all right, cool. And I just, watching some of these scenes in dub are hilarious. I can't wait to pound you with my rock hard fists. Like, what?
Literally, though.
Literally. And
No,
then
literally.
got mounted the girl and it's like, I got you now, bitch. Like, what?
Trust me, the dub is
Get ready for
interesting. It's
this.
entertaining. I've been advocating and preaching it for anybody to watch the dub. It's been really good. Good cast members as well. The voice actor that does Aki from Chainsaw Man, he does Prince Julius as well. A good job for it. It's just you hear the snarkiness, you hear the sarcasticness in these
So good.
actors, and just such a good job. I just love hearing them throw hands. I look forward to it every Friday morning with my breakfast
I can't wait for
my gym commute.
my
I love it.
rock hard fists. I can't wait for my rock hard fists to hit your supple, succulent, tender flesh. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I'm just dying, dude. It's so good. And then it's like, well, it sounds like that bitch needs to be hit. Yes, bitch indeed. Like, what is going on?
You should watch the dub when she throws the other prince from the other kingdom across. That dub episode was hilarious because he was kind of fiending for her, being thirsty for her. So that was a good dub episode as well. I would recommend if you want to hear back just a bit of how they personated in that scene. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so if you guys ever are busy but you want to watch this, watch it in dubbed. It's so good. I love it. Who Made Me a Princess, or The Fated Magical Princess, Who Made Me a Princess? She's grown. She asked dad to come dance with her. Dad is gonna dance with her. She gets spirited away to Ezekiel again. And this time Ezekiel's like, no, I'll come to you.
Can we find out next week?
We will find out next week. We get a lot of insight into how Athanasia, whatever her name is, Anastasia, whatever,
Anastasia?
how she's feeling about this. It's not Anastasia.
Athy.
It's Athy.
Athy.
So
I
it's
just call her
different.
Anastasia because I
It's
feel
a
like
lot
it's just easier. Athy, Anastasia is what I do.
It's Athanasia or something. I don't know. We get her making a picture of her mom to gift to her dad,
Which was beautiful.
which is beautiful, but it also is strange that he let it stand because he has previously gotten everything with her likeness destroyed.
But he accepted it.
He accepted it and he keeps it in his room. And the anniversary of her death, and of course the birth of their child, he was there and he was looking at the picture all day. He's normally alone all day, but this time he was there with that picture.
He just
and
there, bro. Didn't burn at it.
he's
Didn't do
staring
nothing.
at
Which, thank you for not doing it. I was scared he was about to burn it too.
Right. Lucas also gave a really cool fireworks show for her birthday, which is really nice. He's also jealous of Ezekiel. Clearly, he's like, "Why don't you like me?"
Right? I know Nate loves that. I know Nate loves it
Yeah.
when our boy
How much?
is jealous of Ezekiel. I know he's that, right?
Oh, even the scenes are like, oh, you're gonna dance with Lucas? Is that what? All the girls are getting like, oh my god! I'm just like sitting here like.
To be fair, all of those people, it makes sense because they've only seen.
Well, me as the
Lucas
viewer,
a
I'm
child.
still like,
Yeah. Understandable.
Like,
And we, the viewers, know that he is 400 plus years old. He's actually has an adult body. We all know all those things. It's just we trying to, gather along. But one thing I also like is that her father, he said like, hey, what did you want for your birthday? He said, hey, can you spend one time with me? I love how the red hair dude, I forgot the top of my head, but the red hair dude, his right hand man or his protector, his guardian. I love how once she asked like, hey, can you just be with me on my birthday? His face is like, oh fuck, please don't explode. Like, I can't just imagine his thoughts all the time, just the stress that sometimes the king kind of gives him. And just like the father is like, look, is there anything else you want? I cannot answer that for you. So it was really nice to see that character, like him speaking and like, hey, I'm not gonna scream at you, I'm gonna just decline respectfully. And I love how he was trying to also stir up the courage, but say, hey, but what I could offer, I could dance with you for your birthday. I love how he was the one that was trying to even say it first before she even kind of, caught wind, even though she kind of noticed it later, which I like that the maid was, combing her hair. She's like, hey, how did the day go? And she put 2 plus 2 together. She's like, wait, was my father trying to do this? Did he try to execute that? Oh shit, I think I missed the opportunity. I think I fucked up. I should ask him. So I kind of like that as well, that went along. So that's really cool to see as well.
Yeah, Athy kind of interrupted him, and it's like, oh my god, wait, he was actually, which is really good. Dad is a hero, mom is a spirit, I am a reincarnator. I'm waiting for the episode where the prince and her meet again, because I think they're gonna get married. That's what I'm thinking.
Me too. The only thing is that I didn't finish this episode. I've only saw 12 minutes of it. So from what my assumption is that I do agree with this. I'm waiting for the older prince to be with our girl Ellen, and the younger prince maybe to be with the stock up random girl that literally came in and be disrespectful to them while they were having tea.
That was great. Who the hell are you people?
Bro, she came out of nowhere, just mad respectful. And the prince was chucking. She like, I've never been thrashed like this.
This is great. I love that.
Like,
I
who
love
are you?
people that don't know who I am. It's great.
Yeah, she just be treated like a normal person. He was like so thrown off, like, why you coming at me with all this energy, girl? Who the fuck are you?
It was really interesting to see a illness, basically miner's lung, I think it's what it's called, IRL, be brought up here. It's like, well, they have the spirits have cursed them, and it's like, she goes, no, that's dumb. Wait, no, spirits haven't cursed them. I can look at them, they're not cursed. And they realize that no, they just have like the heavy metals in their lungs, and that's causing them breathing issues, which is something that happens to real world miners. Like that is an actual condition. And it's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, I think I could possibly fix this, but it might change how my powers affect the world as a whole, and that could be bad. And the mother is encouraging, going, look, you're never going to learn how to control your powers. You're never going to learn what your powers are going to do to the wider world unless you do it. So go ahead and try. And we get to meet one of Ellen's childhood friends, which is a little white tiger, which is really cute and fluffy and adorable. We get a little backstory there. But overall, we get to see Ellen using her powers to synthesize really a cure, basically cold medicine essentially, or medicine to try to purge the heavy metals from people's bodies, which is entertaining that she can. It is interesting that she can synthesize that, because that, like she said, it changes how her powers work. It's really interesting to know what's gonna happen from here on. That's all I've got for this episode. These episodes.
Me either. You said it perfectly well. Since I didn't get to finish the episode, so I didn't see that part that you mentioning about the whole type of synthesization. So that's pretty cool to hear that I'm gonna be seeing a bit of that later when I get to watch it. The rest of it, so that's pretty cool. Nick, got any thoughts before we move on to your favorite episode of the week? Right?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Surprisingly,
Campfire
Probably
cooking in another world.
Yeah, I mean, my fellow co-host here, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but
Hi.
Huh?
Hi, it was me.
Oh, I thought you said I. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
It wasn't just you. It was not just you. There were. I guess there were my two fellow co-hosts here were shocked about this even being, because usually we have an honorable mention, because it is normally the chill show. We always have a good time about it, but I feel like content-wise, there's usually not much I feel like to talk about. But I feel like with this episode in particular, it really stood out to me because of kind of the situation revolving around these two kids who obviously their mother is dealing with the illness, and they've been trying to, well, the boy really has been trying to protect his sister, but also, kind of provide a living, but also trying to find a way to heal, his their mother. So first off, I found that very, like, for a boy, especially his age, to kind of take that all on himself is a lot, right? Because without our boy and the others, even Sui with the elixir and all that, which was crazy, definitely had to mention that. Without coming across them, like, who knows the route, the path that this family ends up on, right? Like, does the mom even ever get cured? Like, does the boy resort to crime, killing potentially, like, as he gets older? Like, I feel like that was just a thing in my head where I'm thinking, like, man, if he didn't come along, like, this could have been really bad for, this boy and his sister. Potentially, maybe the sister dies, they're malnourished, because that was something obviously they were dealing with too, was, was just eating. It just plays into this series, obviously, because they're always eating, which obviously the food and whatnot was, like, great as always in this episode. But I don't know, I just like the lessons that Mukoto was, like, teaching the boy about, just being a merchant, what to kind of look out for, what to do, how to handle certain situations, giving him that advice to, survive really in this world, how to be a good kind of business partner. I don't know. I liked it. Even though the boy's young, it's valuable knowledge that he's going to take, for his life. Even the boy it was a smart play on his end as well, towards the end of the episode, to not, because I think it was like he didn't disclose kind of everything about Mukoda. And I felt like that was, like, pretty smart on his end, even for his age. I did also really like that they included, that was one of my worries, because I was like, you're not going to show us how the mom's doing? Like, you're not going to do that? And they showed us at the very end, the little after credit scene, which, go ahead, Vash.
I'm gonna be honest.
I know what you're gonna say.
Usually when the outro hits chat, I'm gonna just log off. When I'm not watching with them, I press X in the outro, move on to the next episode. Then while I'm here hanging out with, I believe, Nick, I was watching. We did rock cartoon or some shit, and then Nate mentioned, like, yo, right, that's a cool episode at the end, right, with the mom and everything. I'm like, wait, the mom? I don't think the mom.
He's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And they're like, yeah, there's a good 30 seconds of it. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, yeah, after the outro. So after I did the Raw show, I put up the stream on Discord. I went all the way to the end, and I'm like, really? Why do they do this? Why do they always have it the last 30 seconds? Can we? People are skipping shit. People are going on to the next one. So yeah,
especially if you're watching Crunchyroll, I feel like with how their thing could work, maybe not all the time. Like, maybe they keep the post-credit scene in there, but I'm sure there's sometimes where people just, like, hit that skip thing, and then Like maybe it just brings
it
up
don't
to the
always
very
show
end
the
of the
option.
episode.
It don't always
Yeah,
show the
yeah.
option.
Oh,
at
that
times,
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at times it's inconsistent. At times it will tell you skip outro, or it will just say nothing. So you gotta do yourself plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. Gotta do it yourself. So it's just Crunchyroll likes to be cheap sometimes on
Yeah.
the options. But yeah, I will say.
I just feel like it was a touching episode. It really was. I feel like this episode made me feel something in comparison to like a lot of the other episodes we have in this series. Because I feel like it's mostly just wholesomeness, them eating, having a good time together, like which we always enjoy. We always have a good time with it. But this, like, I don't know, it hit at the heart more than probably most of the other episodes in this series. So that was why this one stuck out to me in comparison to a lot of the other episodes, that we've had in this season for this series.
That is a good recommendation for episode 5, because I know episode 6, I do also want to say that in episode 6, he upgrades his online market. He upgrades it.
Yeah. The sweets. Got the sweets and all that.
Bro has desserts on a docket now. I love it.
Yeah. So what else is gonna come with the upgrade?
But also,
that's definitely a big deal as well.
He keeps forgetting about the gods,
Thank
man.
you. I was about to he keeps forgetting the gods. The gods will be like, hey, where's my free beer? My free cosmetics.
I love the coy little, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Probably not important. All
He
the
tries.
gods are
He tries.
seething.
They're pissed. I'll be pissed too if I gave some guy the perks of extra vulnerability, extra power or something, and I'm not getting him out once. The requirement is once a week, and he keeps forgetting days, and I'm like, bro, I will be honking.
Isn't it once a day, dude? He gives them to it like fairly often. Like,
I thought it was once a week. That's why I thought it was once a week. It's because hey, either way, he treats it like once a week. Even if they ask for once a day, he treats it as once a week or once every 2 weeks because he's not doing his job. They keep asking, like, yo, I'm forgetting my liquor. Those guy gods are literally like, yo, we want our liquor. We want our beer. Where the fuck is it?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing I want to mention from this specific episode is I really appreciate that the kid wasn't stupid. The kid at the very end of the episode goes, yeah, he lied to us. The orc wasn't worth that much. I know that.
Yeah, that too. He did say that.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that he wasn't just a dumb kid. He did learn something valuable, and he did respect Mukoto for helping them when they clearly needed it. Which is nice to see. We don't always see that in shows. So it's really cool to see that he goes, yeah, okay, I'm not stupid. I understand. But that's all I got for this week.
Yeah, same for this episode. Solid week of the ISEKAI fantasy for me. Really enjoyable. Can't wait to see how the next couple weeks hold. Also, quick reminder that it's been announced that My Hero Academia is 11 episodes, not 12 for the season. So it's going to end much shorter than later. 1 episode shorter, so not really a big deal. But I want to quickly announce that in case we haven't mentioned that.
Well, going to our
feels like it could wrap up any episode.
So our top 10 rankings for the week. Boss man, you got a top 10?
I don't have a top 10. I do have a top 5. I would like to say the princess one is a solid up there. Maybe a princess, always enjoyable to watch. The dub of actual one fine. I think one and one last boss appear. It just keep giving you more questions. I love the segregation aspect of the mixed color wings and the white wings. No matter how you put it, paint by numbers is any type of source of media is down to the bare bones in the aspect. So you could copy and paste in any type of media, but it's still interesting how it's done and who's is the person you trust. So I like that aspect. When I want to give a shout out to Gachiakuta for fucking phenomenal. Just continue to be consistent, and I'm hoping they make it to the sphere because I want to see destruction. I just want to see chaos. Episode 19 just happened, so nothing too crazy on their episode 19 in that aspect. But the 5th one, just to shout out. I don't care. 5th one.
All right, so my top 10.
I don't got
one. So my top 10. Number one's Awkward Senpai. I really liked it this week. Number two, Who Made Me a Princess. I'm really interested to see what's going on with Ezekiel next episode. Number three, SANDA and Gachiakuta. I'm gonna be cheap on that too. Cheater, yep. Number four is Yano-kun. Give me that development. I don't care that it feels like we're going backwards. I just want I appreciate that they brought this question up because especially for young people, not knowing what you're doing is kind of par for the course. Number five, Mechanical Mari. Fuck that dude, honestly. Number six, Ranma. Keep the progression, please, God, keep the progression.
They won't.
Number seven, Solo Camping for 2. Why aren't you dating yet? Number 8, may I ask for one final thing? Watch the dub, boys. Number 10 for number 9, Dad is a Hero. It was a really good episode. Number 10, Pass the Monster Meat. No, really, pass me your monster meat.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know what? That was my number 5. Pass me the monster meat. That was a good, solid conversation that we spoke about earlier. So I'll give that big shout out. But Nate, give me your week 7, your top 5, top 6,
top 10.
Yeah, so I got 6. These are mostly the 6 that kind of, I don't know. They jumped out to me the most. There's like a gap between probably number 6 and the next thing that I liked from this week. So number 1, I had Campfire Cooking in Another World. Number 2, Gachiakuta. Number 3, My Hero Academia Final Season. Number 4, SANDA. Number 5, Spy Family Season 3. And number 6, My Awkward Senpai. So yeah, that about does it for this episode of Off the Binge. Episode 55, week 7 of our fall anime coverage. We're winding down. We're in the second half, you know, the not quite the final stretch, but we're getting there. We're winding down. Let us know what you guys thought of this week's episodes. What were some of your favorite moments? Some of your things, maybe you kind of funny moments that there was definitely, I feel like a lot of funny moments we were pointing out from this week in particular. Especially me, I feel like there was a lot of comedy hitting this week. But yeah, let us know things like that. Make sure you go check out the audio feed. If you're listening on, you know, the YouTube or the TikTok, if you're in the live stream, come join our Discord as well. We got all kinds of threads for discussions. We got all kinds of fun things going on in there. And yeah, anything else you guys want to add or say or plug before we hop on out of here?
Now you said it perfectly. Chat, go check out our Discord community where you guys join in on our Stranger Things watch along that we're gonna be doing for November 26th at 8 p.m. EST. For anybody that could jump in and join and watch with us. And additionally, on top of that, if you want to hear ourselves, myself, Majin, or even Nate or anybody else screaming about Black Ops 7, if you guys want to hear that conversation where maybe Nate will be going bonkers, maybe we might be going live on twitch.tv/AniMovieStudio or twitch.tv/MemoryNK for Call of Duty or Fortnite or Halo streams. Who knows? But it's all about professionalism.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe me and Crash will go live for League. Who knows?
That's something. That's a good, interesting. I didn't even expect to hear that. But, man, God, what else you got to say before we head out?
Yo, $20 says Bossman doesn't catch up to ReZero by the time season 4 comes out.
All right, guys, you heard it here. $20 on the line. $20 on the line by April 2026, first week of the week season.
That means
week 1.
Everybody who watches this, if he catches up, you owe me $20. But if he doesn't catch up, you also owe me $20. All of you.
Logically, chat don't work like that, but
no. How it actually works, okay? If he catches up, I'll give him $20. If he doesn't catch up, everybody that watches this video owes me $20.
So you guys heard it here. We all
collectively. That means you all just gotta pitch in $20.
Man.
You know.
You heard it here,
goes
chat.
Our
somehow.
view count for this episode.
The view count's gonna go up. We're gonna have 600 views.
Bro. 600 views, quick.
But other than that, chat, we appreciate you for watching us. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, audio feed. Go watch light novels. Don't forget, always watch light novels.
Watch light novels, guys.
Go watch mangas. Also, manga streams happening again this Sunday at 1 p.m. EST for manga streams. So, guys, if you want Legend D Vash here, it'll be on the Vault channel. I already announced that for our Weebs Lounge, but manga streams will be. So, there's 3 content that Vash is doing. He'll be exhausted, but it will be manga streams, Weebs Lounge, and Off the Bench all one day. We will make it happen. We'll make it work. We're going to be consistent on that manga streams, and we'll be catching up to One Piece, My Hero, Black Clover, Ichi the Witch, and many other Shonen Jump chapters. Even Chainsaw Man might be read on that stream. So if you want to check it out, stay tuned. Join on that on the Vault channel. Other than that, we see you in the next one. Week 8, episode 56.
Just want to say 2.5 hours. We did good.
Also, bye TikTok as well.
Bye TikTok.
Bye TikTok. Bye TikTok.